this?
What's the problem?
Smells like fish in here.
What is that? What was that? Some sort of signal? Huh? Is that a signel?
No.
You wearing a wire?
No, it really does smell like fish in here.
You're a damn cop, ain't you? That's it. Show these guys what we do to cops.
Say hello to the devil for me! Behind you! I've been hit! Pablo, kill them! Kill them! Make your gun fire like the devil himself!
Sleazy, double greasy pirate radio Nut Hut Studios. It's time for the very first ever Southern.
It's Friday night. Mom's Jimmy and in to the microcosm. is on the app. I think I am. I think, therefore I am. Rock and Rio, are you there?
I am here. You doing that jungle boogie over there?
Good love has gone bad, baby. I've been played for a fool.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
You don't know?
We're here.
We are here.
I don't know how I made it, like I said. I think I'm still here, but I'm not sure. I feels like I'm here, but then again, maybe I'm not. You never really know, do you, Rio?
Well,
You don't know if you're here.
Won't wake up.
What's that?
I said if you pinch yourself and don't wake up,
Yeah.
you might still be here.
I don't inflict self pain.
You don't have to pinch yourself hard, just enough to know.
No. I'm not into pain. I'm not into agonizing pain. Well, hey, it's Friday night. My name's Jimmy. That's Rock and Rio over there. Have you heard from anybody over
Yes,
there? Have
they are in the room.
we been joined?
We have been.
Whole team's here, dude.
Oh,
It's
right.
Repo Man with Harry Dean Stanton in the car.
What's happening, man? It's Bruce McDonald.
Hey.
Epic Journeyman, are you there? He's got new headphones.
Oh, it's not new headphones. It's a new virtual world over here. Yeah. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
I got like the virtual command headquarters going on over here. I got like the multiple windows going on. I got like the, it's like something out of Avatar or something, you know, in mixed reality.
like-
So I can see around my house. Yeah.
Sound like you're in a tin
definitely sounds
can.
Mike.
Sounds like he's in a tin can, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
High
what I heard
above the
about this
earth.
headset is the microphone's not great.
He's
So I'm calling from outer space.
he's in a tin
Yeah,
can
fair
high
enough.
above the world.
It's tinny. Yeah. That's what I heard. Like my VR headsets have really good microphones, like the big screen and
I
the
think
index and stuff
I think
like
you
that.
better go back
Right.
to the one that's putting particles all over your shirt.
The feather particles on my head.
You better
Yeah.
just put a
Yeah,
towel
we'll
around
go
your,
after the break here.
put a towel on your shoulders. No, I can't listen to it for a whole hour, man.
I can't do it. All right.
Yeah, no.
I just wanted to
just-
see if it was going to work. Well, let's get through a couple
I
minutes.
can
then I'll
barely
go
hear
set it
you
up.
either, man. You're kind of like, you're kind of like small.
Yeah,
in a
I
can.
don't know what it's on auto. It's on auto mix or whatever. I can probably change it now, but it wouldn't let me do anything before I joined in. It's the app, right? It's Galaxy based, right? So, or not Galaxy based, but Android based. So nothing works until the app starts, right? So,
Well, I'm so glad I
all right.
took
Well,
the time to build up the energy and excitement for the beginning of the show.
I know, right? Well, it's pretty exciting. So I guess I'm going to put the sci-fi world away and go back to the old pleather.
Back to the pleather, man.
It's more war torn. That's the theme, right? There you go. I'm like in the foxhole. That's what it is. I'm in the foxhole, and I'm evading capture. And I'm in the dugout behind some sawscale viper nests with some sticky leafed, spiky bushes around me and stuff, trying to roll into that stuff and blend it with the scenery so I don't get caught. and that's why I sound so tinny. Is because I'm masking my voice. Right. Okay, I'll go get to the headset. I'll be right back, guys. Yeah, you can come back.
He sounds like he's on cocaine tonight.
Dude, what the fuck? Chuck, over. Ground control to Major Tom. All right, well, listen. So much has gone on. Like I said, it's unbelievable that we made it here. You know what I'm saying? It's literally, it's out of control, rock and roll. Now, Bruce, it's not out of control on the mountain, is it? No.
Nope.
Good.
No, it's
All right,
pretty
good.
normal here.
Right on, good. Well, you can be the voice of reason.
Thank you.
Fuck. Oh, man. So, all the energy has been sucked out of the room now. And so, Rock and Rio, I mean, I can tell you're super energetic tonight.
Yeah.
Sure. I know I'm, it's been a long week, I have to say. And there's been so much going on that literally, did you see this? I don't know. Send the video over to Bruce. I can't do it from here. That video I just sent you. Bruce, did you see this video of Trump with the sword and the YMCA?
Oh, he's getting stupider and stupider.
Dude,
man.
when
I
you
don't
see
need any
this,
more
I'm
evidence.
gonna show this video on YouTube. You got to see this video. Literally, it's absolutely mind-blowing. Stand by. Let me get this set up over here on this other scenario. Yeah, I mean, so I saw the State of the Union address, and I found it to be a little bit, I don't know how you'd describe it per se.
Specious?
Yeah. Did you watch it?
No.
He's like, everybody's.
No, I can't look at that guy anymore, man.
Everybody's.
He was amusing till the war started. Now he's lost the room, man, and he doesn't quite realize it.
Now, did you see this scathing James Carville thing?
No.
Are you kidding me? No, I'm
No.
gonna dig it up and play it because maybe a bunch of people.
James, I might have AIDS. Carville.
James Carville, exactly. Hold on.
Yeah.
So we've gone from the Golden Toad to the Mango Messiah. That was Tim in the chat said Mango Messiah.
Yeah.
Well, he's supposed to be the non-Jewish Messiah, right? From the line of not the line of David, but another line.
Where do you guys hear this?
I was this close to signing the HELOC paperwork.
She was that close, but then she found out about something else. All right, stand by. Hold on. All right, sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
I'm good.
I forgot what we were saying.
Did you see that? Okay, first of all,
Yeah,
I got the James Carville.
Okay.
All right, so I got that. Stand by now. I got it. Now everything's been all rearranged here, so I got to bust over there and re-click on that. Stand by. Rock and Rio. Hold the line, son.
My thing that I've noticed about Trump over the last, 2-3 weeks, maybe since the whole Iran thing started, is maybe he's just not getting enough sleep. But doesn't he look like he's aged like 10 years in like 3 weeks?
Yeah. His energy isn't there. You can hear it in his speech. You can see it in many ways. He's very tired now. I imagine that job ages you at like for every year you're in the White Oval Office, it's like 3 years off your life.
Yeah, I'm sure the stress of that position is quite immense. But he seemed to be okay up until recently. like his normal self, and then probably the last 3-4 weeks maybe. So he's kind of taking this nosedive into looking older and low energy, and kind of. I actually kind of wonder if there's something wrong with him, like physically, like he's
Did you see the video, Bruce?
old, but
I did. He looks like a retard with a sword.
he can still dance though, right? So
And it's the YMCA song too.
of course it is.
Yeah, hang on a second. Let people see what we're talking about. Hey, I almost sounded Canadian when I said about there. Did you hear that?
About
The boat?
Yeah, hang on. Here, no, that ain't it.
Oh, I think Epic Journeyman got lost in the weeds. Must have hung up on himself.
I don't know.
I'll get him back.
He's gone.
All right, here's the
He's been Pam Bondied from the call.
Now, this is what I heard about this. Did you hear that Trump ordered her not to release the Epstein files, but then Congress made her release it?
Yeah. There's a law passed.
So
Robert, what's his name? Massey was quoting it for the new Attorney General. It says you got 30 days to release the rest of them, or you're criminally liable.
He could never dance either, man. Come on, guys. I'm better, right? It sounds better. So I'm out of my foxhole. I found my way back.
all right, you sound better. All right, listen. So let me play this Trump video for people over here on YouTube, if I can find the damn thing. Everything's
Mike
lost.
says my mic is not loud enough.
Everything's lost in translation.
Does he not know that that's the gayest song ever?
And he plays the second gayest song ever, Gloria or whatever. And then he plays all these gay themed things, and you have to wonder at some point, man.
Yeah.
There's
like,
no
at some
wondering.
point, yeah. I mean, seriously, right? You do. You have to think, man.
There's no.
He's really reaching out there.
You don't have to wonder, man. I mean, he was the what was he, the fifth person led into Studio 54?
He was in the first group. He was in the very first group.
Him
He
and
was
Cohen.
whatever.
Him and
Top.
Cohen.
Yeah. Like it was the first carload of people who came in from the same limo. Yeah, it was the first group that came in. So whether it was the first person or the fifth person, he's somewhere in between. But he was in that group. And he had a table there like forever afterwards, like till whatever got in trouble and shut down.
Since we're talking about, I'm going to jam this James Carville thing in here, but I want to get to this guy, this fucking guy that's this congressman who's talking about aliens and saying you wouldn't be able to sleep at night if you knew what he knew and all this, and alluding to bred aliens, hybrids. We got to talk about that, but listen, you got to hear this, because this is exactly. Now, here's the thing for me. I just want to point this out. When Trump originally started running for president, before that, for years, he was a fucking Democrat. Okay?
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, he got in there. And so my supposition, and then later on was backed up with what actually happened, was that he was just put in there by the Democrats to sit there and roast all those Republican candidates and fuck with them. But they never planned on him actually being president. But then he caught fire with the people or whatever for the way he was being. And, so he got in there. But in my opinion, he was a Trojan horse the whole fucking time. And, he, this could have been the plan the whole time. He could do everything that they could never do, and be the guy who, when they clean the bottom of the birdcage, he's going to be the newspaper. And they're bringing the fresh newspaper. you know, and they'll blame everything on him, and then that'll be it. So he's because he's already lost the midterms. There's no fucking way.
None in hell. It's actually lose the Senate too. It looks like, and
That's what I'm
it's
saying.
keep her
He's
victory
done,
every day.
man. He's toast.
There's a very real chance, man, that there's going to be defecting Republicans. They only need like 3 of them, right?
No.
To come over, just go independent, just to swing the House back into control to rein in the war. The idea of reining in the war, right?
He is fucking toast, man. And let me just say this: if you're 84 years old and you know you're toast, what the fuck do you care? You fucking do whatever you want.
He's stealing everything isn't nailed down. Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, listen. I proposed a couple of weeks ago that if he loses, you know, which he is gonna loses the Senate and the Congress, that they're gonna impeach him and JD Vance at the same fucking time.
Quite likely. Yeah.
You may be right. Yeah.
All right.
I
Go ahead, Bruce.
Yep.
Go ahead. Bruce.
I would. He's so far off the rails now. He had me till Iran, man. But any pretense that he's not completely aligned with this agenda now, neocon agenda that's been kicking around, you know, 7 countries, you know, he shouldn't have done it. You know, he shouldn't have done it. I would just like to ask Epic, because I have maybe not as much insight as I'd like to about Iran. Realistically, Epic, how dangerous is Iran? Because I know they're not like super good guys, but I don't think war was required. How bad are they from your perspective, which is, you know, you have military and submarine
As an imminent threat, their only imminent threat was locking out the Strait of Hormuz. That was really it. Now they are.
They're only imminent.
I mean, the one thing that was an imminent threat potentially was that they were years away from having a ballistic missile capable of striking us over here.
There's 2
even if they got a nuclear weapon.
There's 2 imminent threats, though. There's that, and the other fact that they're not part of the world banking system.
Yeah, that's true. And they have a far reach in terms of proxies that'll do their bidding. You know,
they don't need ballistic missiles anymore. All they got to do is bring a cargo ship over and open the doors on a bunch of fucking cargo containers that are full of drones, and the end, Jack. You know, it's just that simple. Yeah. There is no defense for that kind of an attack. It's modern warfare, and you know the only way you could do it maybe is throw some kind of a major pulse or whatever. To drop everything.
Yeah, if they're going to inertial guide them at that point. You know, the thing is, like those Shahed drones, for example. I mean, you really could just have them in cargo containers and drop them off the coast somewhere. You know, in a Q boat. They call them Q ships in World War II, right? Kind of way, where you know it's a warship all along, but you know they drop the doors and reveal the gun. In this case, it's going to be drones. But you know, California coast is pretty well protected. Like in San Diego and San Francisco, we have a really good envelope of anti-aircraft because the ships that are there. That not all of them are. You know, the radars are on and everything, and they're active, but there's some off the coast that are, right? And that's what they do. But there's a whole wide swath of that, 900-mile coast, whatever it is, that is not protected at all, right? So California's a good target.
Let's just say in the 80s, I knew people that were grabbing, they would fly in these Pipers, you know, these small planes, fly low under the radar and drop these canisters into the ocean. They look like kegs, but you screw them together, and then there would be like pounds of cocaine inside of there, and then they would just, you know, they'd wash up on a certain beach. You know, they drop them on a certain beach, and then some people would go down and pick that shit up. Now listen, James Carville excoriates Trump, and you guys didn't hear it, so I thought I was gonna throw it on here for a minute. Here comes James Carville.
You fat fucking ass something. You're getting ready to get the living crap kicked out of you. You don't know because they haven't really told you. And let me tell you something. They're gonna start breaking the news to you kind of gently, and you're gonna sit there and wonder what it feels like to be punched in the mouth by Mike Tyson. But you won't know, because it's quite one thing to imagine what it's like to get punched in the mouth by Mike Tyson. It's another thing to actually get punched in the mouth by Mike Tyson. And that's what's going to happen to you in November. Now, let's talk about your future.
That's 41 seconds, man.
Yeah. When you get old enough, you just don't give a F anymore, right? I mean, that's where he's at. Carville is at the point. Like, I've had it.
Well, Carville, because he's doing a podcast, but, he's been a fucking... he's been around for a long time.
Forever. He's who got Clinton elected both times, right?
The only difference is that he curses now because he's on a podcast.
He's on a podcast. Like I said, he's older now. He doesn't care. Time's short, so he doesn't. He got to get to the point in a hurry, Yeah. That's what happens.
First, people are not going to return your phone calls. They're going to correctly think you yesterday. Yeah, they'll say, well, he's got 2 years left. He can do damage. No one gives a shit about him. The Democrats are going to investigate you to no end. I would like to introduce you to Senator Sheldon Whitehouse, D. Rhode Island, because it is a lot of people's view. By the way, and Congressman Jeffers and Senator Schumer, they're going to go down to the White House on November 10th, and then you're going to have some stiff photo of them sitting there.
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
There's a very, very real possibility, I've been saying it for months now, that it's going to be the military that's going to put an end to this, because what's going to happen is they're firing all those Joint Chiefs of Staff. They're refusing to promote those people within that are due for promotion inside the military to try to take over the military from outside in the executive branch. And what's going to happen is at some point, they do have an oath they swear to the Constitution. They're just going to say, F it, man. We got to do our duty here. Get us out of here. If they're not going to do the 25th Amendment, then we need to do it for them. And I think that's a real possibility even before the election, because I think they believe, because they have people who do intelligence work in the military, they're looking at what Trump's got planned, which is to mess with the election, just to F with it, right? And maybe even suspend the election, because he knows what's going to happen, right? So at that point, what's left? The alternative is, pretty much the military. So is military all in his grasp, or isn't it? And trying to fire all the people who might not be, but at a certain point, you can't fire everybody. Right? You can't.
Yeah.
So that's where it's going to go. I think it might even go there before the election, because he's making a huge miscalculation here, in the sense that they're shooting our planes down, man. We lost 4 aircraft today. They say that 2 helicopters landed, but that's a term they use, because helicopters can auto rotate. They have a rotor. The rotor doesn't get damaged. They can still fly down, auto rotate, even though they have no power. So they can still crash land and not, everybody get killed or something. It'd be a hard landing, but they can survive, no problem.
Now, Epic, why don't you give the listeners at home the price of an F-35 so they can contextualize the monetary loss as well?
It's actually gone down, right? Yeah, it's $300 million, and so, but that's like the top line fighter aircraft right now. That's the price tag of a top line fighter aircraft. These are F-15Es. They call them the mud hen. So they call them, and they're actually more bomber than fighter. They have all the capabilities of a fighter, but they're designed to carry a big weapon load of bombs and laser-guided weaponry. They carry a lot of them, actually. It's amazing how much they can carry on those things. And so I thought when this happened today, that's the first plane that got shot down was F-15E, mud hen.
Yeah.
And 3 of those got shot down in the opening day or 2 of the war, if you recall, in Kuwait.
Yeah.
By friendly fire, air quotes, right? Well, what if it wasn't friendly fire? What if it was actually somebody on the other side, an agent of Iran or a sympathizer, who used the IFF, identification friend or foe signal, right, to actually use as a targeting device? And maybe that's why they got that specific aircraft. F-15 had the best combat record of any plane in military service ever, as far as not being shot down. None have ever been shot down before. We've lost 4 in 2-3 months. No, it's not even that long. It's just over a month now. So amazing. We haven't lost any. We lost 4.
And they're
if you
going.
think about that,
And they're going after the wreckage too.
Yeah. I mean, there's some insider information going on there for those planes to go down like that. I mean, and it's not an accident they shot down those F-15s in Kuwait. I don't think at all. And I'm amazed they didn't get more airplay about that. I mean, the first one, yeah. The second 2. You know what I mean? And then this one to go down also happens to be an F-15E, or perhaps even from the same squadron. Might get the information tomorrow, or more information comes out. and then we lost an A-10, right? He ejected in the Persian Gulf. And then the helicopters are going in to retrieve the airmen. They got hit and had to crash land. Now, we don't know if they actually crashed, like I said, because it's really interesting with helicopters. If you can walk away and you auto rotate it down with no power, but the rotor saved you, that counts. You landed, right? so how badly were they damaged? We don't know.
They're saying that they're using a Chinese satellite.
Well, Russia's definitely helping them.
Well,
right? Definitely.
yeah, but they're saying there's some.
And China probably is too.
China has some satellite system that some intense piece of equipment that's up in the air, and they're saying that that's what they're using.
I think it's pretty obvious if anybody we talked to 2 years ago, 3 years ago, middle of COVID, 4 years ago, whatever, we could have had this conversation and said, who's our enemies in the world? Well, it's Russia, China, and North Korea, basically, would be the top three. And then Iran would be right there. You can maybe shuffle between North Korea and Iran, but you maybe favor North Korea because they have nuclear weapons now, where Iran was trying to get them, right? But now we've got all four of them, which was always the axis of evil, if you will, as far as our perspective was.
The Democrats,
now they're working against us.
The Democrats hate Russia, and Trump hates China. The Republicans don't like China. So
well, they're both our enemy. They really are.
There you go. Just same thing. It's like Republican, Democrat. Black.
So I think it's hilarious when you put it in that kind of way. That like it's
there's
one's better than the other.
There's no third enemy. It's just like there's no third party.
I mean, China's taking Oceania and Russia's going for Europe. I mean,
pick your
what's
enemy.
the difference?
It's either Russia or China.
Yeah, one's going west and one's going east. That's pretty much it, right? That's the only difference between them, other than the language they speak, as far as their objectives and imperialistic kind of objectives go. And what Putin did was kind of brilliant, and Xi I think did too, was like get Trump in on it. Hey man, see this map of the American technate? That could all be yours. We'll leave you alone. That's your sphere of influence. We'll just take these areas, right? Just let us do our thing. And I guarantee you that probably is what happened. It probably is. All you got to do is just play on his ego. We know that about him now, right? If you didn't know before, you really know it now, right? Well, that's all you got to do. And Trump will leave him alone.
That speech sounded like a brochure for a fucking hotel.
I know, right?
America is the hottest country. America's the hottest country. Everybody's watching.
30% discount if you order now.
And
for your immigration papers.
At the end, he says, "You're free now." And he paused for a second, and then from the terror of Iran's nuclear threat. But it's just like, I'm glad he's freed me. Thanks for
All we got to do is go get the oil, Jimmy, Bruce. We just got to go get it, right? That's all. It's easy now. That's what he said. It's easy. Just go take it. I love that. Like the thing that was not a problem until the war started, right? Like we always knew that would be a problem if we started war with Iran. Is now the problem. You got this toll keeper, actually like a toll road for the Strait of Hormuz that Iran is enforcing, and like they're rumored to be $2 million fees to go through there. So France went through as a ship today. Some other people have gone through. And they've paid a certain amount of money. The rumored amount is $2 million, right? And then people who are Iran's allies get to go through unimpeded. And we're not shooting those ships because we want to sink the world's oil supply. I mean, literally, right? By taking out these tankers and contaminating the Persian Gulf. So we're just letting them go through. What kind of war is this? Well, who thought this up? It's the worst idea I ever heard of. We're gonna let the bad guys get money off of this and make bankroll their whole war operation because we let their tankers through by lifting sanctions on Russia and Iran, and let them go through unimpeded through the strait that they're controlling. And our allies have to pay $2 million if they get to go through it all. And meanwhile, we get to declare victory.
No, meanwhile, the price of oil is going to go up to $200 a barrel. And all
those
countries, Russia's going to be making shitloads of money. Everybody's going to be making big money.
Easily $200. Like I hate this poly-market thing.
No,
we'll discuss it later in the show. But
go ahead.
That's easily where it's going to go.
Now. We're discussing it. So $200. Yeah, go ahead.
That is a benchmark. That is definitely where it's going. I don't have any doubt about that whatsoever.
Right. So that's where it was going. That was where it was going with the green agenda, Jack. Okay, that's
so
that's
it's
the number
definitely
they
gonna get there.
no. Listen, that's the number they wanted to hit with global fucking warming and climate change. They want a $200 a barrel oil, so your ass is sitting in your house. The only way you're going anywhere is with these robotic cars taking you down in the 15-minute city because you can't afford. Listen, man, I literally I live 10 miles within 10 miles of my work, you know. And I throw $20 in my tank, you know, and I go back and forth to work all week or whatever because I live close. Well, now when I put $20 in, I don't go back and forth all week. I only go back and forth, you know, 2.5 days a week. You know, imagine that times I drive 60 miles a day, or I drive 100 miles a day.
California, 100 miles a day is average.
Right. So how you
Yeah, for
gonna
everybody.
how you
Yeah.
how you gonna survive on just the gas bill alone? And then everyone transporting materials from here to there, all the trucking and all this shit, that's going to drive the prices of shit up too. And so now your gas is high and also your food and everything else is high. It's going to be impossible. It can't, you know, it can't continue endlessly like that. Because wages are not going up in relation to what the fuck's going on at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, if you're right now, if you're a union, if you're in the union right now, you're at least making enough money to survive. If you're not in a union, you're fucked. You know?
Yeah, no bargaining power whatsoever. Because luckily, a lot of those, not the independent truckers, obviously. I love you guys all. We have a lot of our listeners are independent truckers. But you know, the union ones that are, I mean, at least they have that protection to help them, you know, mitigate the fuel costs and things like that. That, you know, the wages get adjusted accordingly, at least through some of the collective bargaining agreements. But can you imagine diesel right now? It's $6 something almost just short of $6 a gallon nationwide right now. It's 5 something. And that's $1,000. I mean, I'm not talking long haul. I'm just talking like this is just like doing city deliveries. $1,000 potentially a week, right? A week.
All right. Well, listen.
It could double.
I'm
easily.
not in my union anymore. Okay. But if people in my union that were at the level that I was at right now, they're making like $65 an hour, plus their benefits and all that. It's paid on top of it. You don't pay any of it. It doesn't come out of your check. So all your benefits are paid. You know, and you're making, you know, over $50 an hour for most people. So I mean that's a reasonable amount of money per hour to survive in the environment, because
Right, you feel it, but you're not dying from it. Yeah,
right, Silicon
yeah.
Valley is expensive, man. It's already expensive. So, you know, I don't know. It's an intense situation. Just really, you know, it's. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No,
I have 4-wheel drive for a living because I have to drive 4-wheel drive. For people who don't know, I'm not a race car driver. I mean, my work is way up in the boonies, and there's a lot of dirt roads and mud and stuff. And I have to 4-wheel drive everywhere, and 4-wheel drive is terrible on gas mileage. Right, my old truck got like 5 miles a gallon. This one, Toyota, gets probably 8 miles a gallon for 4-wheel driving. Right, and I'm going through this week. I've gone through 2. It's just not Friday. 3 tanks of gas. So I've gone through like $300 basically this week, just me in a Toyota driving around, 4-wheel driving, right? So if you multiply that times somebody who drives, you know, for a delivery truck or something like that with diesel, and it costs that much more, right? I mean, and I don't have to pay my own gas because, you know, the company pays as a company vehicle. But I was looking at that today thinking, you know, if I was doing this on my own, it's $1,200 a month, man.
You ain't doing it.
We spend on gas right now.
You ain't doing it.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're walking barefoot somewhere down to the beach.
Yeah. No, I couldn't do it. No, at all.
No. So now, here's another thing. The third rail, you don't ever talk about fucking with Medicare. Okay? He comes out saying yesterday, well, you know, we can't afford this, we can't afford childcare, you know, we can't afford, you know, Medicare. We need money to funnel money to the war operation. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing, wasn't it? They took that down, by the way. I don't know if you know that. They knew that rather. They put it out there and they were trying to promote it like because Stephen Miller's an idiot, and he's the guy who promotes that kind of stuff on social media. Yeah, so people don't know that's who that is. And so the thing is, they thought that was like, yeah, we'll show them, we'll be our strong leader, and we'll show them you got to make your sacrifices. We don't have time for that stuff, right? And there's a big backlash already, and they pulled it down. They pulled it down today. You can't find it anymore. I mean, you can look at the records because the internet doesn't die, right? But I mean, it was up on like the White House Gov kind of sites, and they're trolling stuff on Twitter, or X rather, and now it's not. They pulled it because there's a big backlash from that. I mean, you don't tell people, sorry, man. He literally said, we can't pay for these. He said, called them scams. Medicare, Medicaid, child care. We can't afford that. We have a war we're fighting.
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, and then he's dancing around on the stage with that sword. And then there's this one moment where he holds it up over his head, and then he brings it down like he's chopping someone's head off. I mean, he's like, he made some comment about being king today. I'll see if I can find. Let's see if I can find it. Listen to the Microcosmos Revolution Radio. Fully listener supported. Come on down, become supporters. Free speech, 48 hours a day. Studio A, Studio B. 7 days a week for 15 years straight. Not one moment off the air. Fully listener supported. We appreciate you. And if you haven't supported in the past, come on down. Throw something down on the guitar case over there. freedomslips.net, revolution.radio. All right, listen. Bruce McDonald's here. Epic Journeyman's here. Rock and Rio, I think you're there. You seem to have dematerialized. Are you still there, man?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, but where's Rio? Is he here?
Says he's here.
He might have the lab coat on. Yeah, he might have the lab coat on.
Is he reversing Carville?
We're kind of filibustering there. So, but yeah, we might be looking at that speech we're just talking about.
Yeah,
because I mean that there's bound to be some good stuff there, isn't there? There has to
I'm
be.
sure there is, but I doubt he's doing it. Are you there, Rock and Rio? Well, we're coming up on the break, anyways. So if he's not there when an hour, it's gonna hang up. Just so you guys know, top of the hour. So it's top of the hour break. Bruce, you gonna stick around?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, we got to get Rock and Rio back on the horn because we got to open up those phones.
Join us.
We got to open up those phones. Now, did you hear this congressman talking about the UFOs? All of a sudden?
Yes, I did. But I didn't see it on regular media. I saw it on X feed, so I got a clip of it. I didn't see the whole thing.
What's the guy's
and the clip?
What's the guy's name?
I don't recall. I never seen the guy before actually. But the thing that the clip was mentioning in the thread on X was, he just sounds. His body language says he's lying the whole time. I don't know if you saw it. I haven't seen the whole thing, so I'm just wondering if that's true for people who did. Because it's like he doesn't seem convinced by himself. Himself as he's saying it.
Man,
is that true? The clip made it look that way, but you know how it is. Social media just depicts things a certain way.
I'm gonna find the clip, and then we'll bring it to the table on the other side of the hour, and take a look at it. But we got to see what's going on with Rock and Rio. So let's see what time it's 4:15. So I'll give him a call in a minute.
We got a couple. He might be taking a biological break. He, might be doing an Artemis 2. Might be doing an Artemis 2. That joke takes a while to get, I guess. But yeah,
you know what?
I'm not getting it. That moon thing.
Yeah.
You know what I've noticed? I've noticed that I don't live in New York City, but I've noticed over the past couple years way more sirens all the time up here in the mountains where it's quiet, and it's a trip. There's like all of a sudden,
and they're real sirens. Yeah, they're real sirens, right?
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if you live in New York City, there's always sirens going. Yeah, there's always something happening. But up here, it's it's populated, but it's not a fucking city. But all over the city, even down by by the beach and stuff, I'm always hearing sirens all the time, constantly. I mean, I don't know what it is. Who knows what it is? It could be nothing. But I'm just saying, it just seems weird. Like after the Michelle Pfeiffer event, the pandemic.
Yeah.
It seems like from that point forward, there's been a lot of ambulances or this kind of shit.
Yeah. No, during was one thing, but post that even like we talked about it, I think 2 years ago on a show. You might have been on as well, Bruce. We were talking about the fact that all these newscasts, if you listen in the background, and most back then, like this, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, all had sirens running in the background, like all the time. There's always sirens to the point where you're like, are they really doing this on purpose? Is this like a set piece for their news segment? From the field reporter, just to have that in the background to psychologically get people to perk up,
Yes.
Because it seemed phony as hell. It did, Yeah, that's what I thought too. I think we all agreed. It seemed like it was. It can't be that many emergencies going on. But now you're talking about, you're hearing it in real life. We have it here in Maui, where I'm at, because we only have one highway, and there's only one hospital on the other side of the island. So anything that happens, everybody's got to go to that one highway, right? So it's pretty common. But it actually, they're not. What they don't do? They don't blare their sirens. They just have the lights on. That's a big difference. Actually, it's not like an urban center where you have the sirens on to wake people up, but the traffic light. Here they just have the lights on and people pull over. But the day they start playing the sirens, man, yeah, it's gonna be a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Hello.
Gonna be a lot of heart attacks in that battlefield too.
Hello. We can't hear you.
Who, me?
No,
No, hear you okay?
I was calling Rio.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, he has a thing that happens every like 1 in 10 shows, where his audio volume is a mix level goes way down. He doesn't anything. You know what I mean? It just happens.
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
I still don't hear him. Rock and Rio. Are you there?
Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you.
Yes.
All right, good. No, we were calling you and saying, where the fuck are you, man? I couldn't hear you.
No.
Yeah. Now you're there.
I am here.
Excelente. Well, what are you thinking, man? No, we're talking about this here situation.
I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. It's not what you expect it to be, but now it is what it. I don't know. I didn't see it coming in this direction. Let's put it that way.
It's crazy, man.
It's been a thing.
I have an ultimate conspiracy.
Caught me a little off
when-
guard.
What time is it? It's almost the top of the hour. Now listen. We're going to open up these phones coming on the other side of the hour, but I also want to get this video of this congressman. Bruce, have you heard this congressman?
I don't know who you're referring to.
This fucking guy's
The
talking about
the alien guy.
aliens.
Yeah, but alien disclosure.
if you knew.
Oh, yeah.
You hear about this guy?
Yeah,
If
then
you knew what I
Gates
knew,
made
you-
a similar comment, right?
If you knew what I knew, you wouldn't sleep at
If
night.
you knew what I knew.
You wouldn't sleep at night, Bruce.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know.
What does he know that's so special?
I'm not sure.
Well, what does he know that we don't know? That's what I'm thinking. Like, this is a pretty educated crowd here.
It's like
Network,
bulbous head,
Yeah.
bulbous head aliens flying around in tin cans,
Maybe
stopping
maybe
nuclear bombs from going off.
Maybe he's going to tell us he's an alien.
People are saying that he insinuated alien breeding farms or something or some kind of shit. I don't know.
Hybrids.
Well,
Yeah.
it ties into the release of the summer of Disclosure Day by Steven Spielberg, right?
But
Where,
I'm
I
glad
think
you
it directly ties.
Dude, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. Because I want to remind people, and you'll help me remind people right now. I want to remind people that Spielberg was at the Altamont offering along with What's His Nuts. And Spielberg is completely tied into this whole thing with this whole alien controversy.
I got to save it for next hour. I got a whole thing on that. And Bruce, how up to date are you guys in the movie theater kind of release things over there? And you're probably a couple months behind us over here, right? Like it's not that far behind, but it's probably like 3 months maybe.
Well, bro, I mean,
guessing?
I download everything, brother.
He's got the
Internet.
internet,
Right.
man. Come on.
Yeah, man, I pay $200 a year for VPN fees.
I know, man. Come on, Epic. You know,
Well, I'm just saying for like the movie theater experience, like how it influences still people to this day. Because there's that
You know,
Project Hail Mary here.
It's funny you bring this up. Like really coincidental because my son's best friend from kindergarten is here in 5 days on the 8th. And we bought a home projector. The state of projectors now is mind-boggling, and this thing can go 120 inches. And I bought a screen, and I already have a sound bar, so I'm going home theater and hillbilly home theater up here.
Yeah, George Lucas and Steven Spielberg were shooting video, or not video, but film at Altamont.
Yeah, the day that it happened. Yeah, with the Hell's Angels. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Well, I'm just saying.
they were playing pool with the guys who killed those people.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying Spielberg is in there, man. Blood in, blood out. You know,
that is no joke. And did you know the studio that became Industrial Light and Magic? We talked about this in the show. Is at the Presidio, and is the suite, the very block of suites. It's right there where Michael Aquino used to have his operation. Exactly right there, like right there. Like so, Electronic Arts. What's the studio that made Madden Football? Give me a second. Monterey Game Studios, something Game Studios. That they were located there in the same suite that Industrial Light and Magic had. And Industrial Light and Magic had it from Michael Aquino. You can't make this stuff up, man.
No.
I mean, it goes deep. It does. It goes deep because we're talking about, and then we tie it to the Altamont thing and how those guys were there, like the night that it happened, playing pool in the biker bar with the very Hells Angels who were there, right? And they filmed it. I mean, dude, come on now. And those guys wanted to be the best directors in the 70s industry and 80s.
Yeah, exactly. Look at what they created after that. Like the doors that were open to them, and what they were able to put out there, the work that they did or whatever. Spielberg, huh?
It's a spiel.
Well,
yeah. Alien disclosure thing, right? With E.T. phone home.
Yeah, but Disclosure Day is like this big movie coming out, this big summer movie, and it ties directly into this whole thing because all these congressmen from both sides of the aisle are deflecting all our world's woes to this disclosure is about to happen. If you guys knew what I knew, the one guy's saying, and it ties directly to this, right into the theater screener of Disclosure Day, doesn't it?
This is like fucking candy to people. J.D. Vance just started making all these comments about, if I get elected president, I'll definitely disclose everything. And they all do that shit.
Yeah.
When Hillary Clinton was running president, I'm going to disclose that shit. Or whatever. Man,
Obama said, I know, but I can't tell you.
Come on, man.
Nobody ever knew if he was joking or not. Yeah. Yeah. Jimmy Carter. Now, Jimmy Carter's the only guy I trust on this because he saw and reported UFO, like officially reported one, right? He's on the record for that. And he became president. And one of the first things he did when he became president was ask for all the information on UFOs, and he didn't get it. There's multiple eyewitness accounts that say they saw him weeping about that he didn't have the power to get that, right? Like that was beyond his power back in 1976, right? Or 77 when he got inaugurated, I guess. But which coincidentally is the year of Star Wars. And next year, 78, was the year of Close Encounters.
Before we go, I want to take a poll of everybody that's here, the four of us. Okay, the question is, do you believe bulbous head, bug-eyed aliens came down and made a deal with Eisenhower? And that
let's go first.
And I'll try to keep it short. Go ahead.
I'll go first.
Go ahead.
I don't think it's a come down thing. I think it's more about coming through a tear. Okay, I think the tear was the result of the nuclear explosions.
So you think?
But
So you
look,
think there's a deal?
it's I'm not going to say they're from other planets or anything.
Yeah.
It could be just extra dimensional, but
Yeah.
absolutely, we began contacting these forms of life in a physical way sometime after World War II. There's no doubt in my mind. Yeah.
Okay,
1948.
so you
yeah.
think
yeah.
there is a deal that was cut where they said, "Listen, you let us do this, and we'll give you that." And so they signed a deal, and that's what the deal was. And now, as a result of that, we're where we are now. Okay, so Bruce, it sounds like you
Yeah.
say yes. Rio,
Yes.
Rio, what do you say?
Well, I'm kind of with Bruce on the. I don't think that there's little green men from Mars arriving in little flying saucers, with ray guns.
Well,
right?
he didn't say they didn't arrive in flying saucers. He just said they weren't
Well,
coming
yeah.
from somewhere else.
Yeah.
I take the view that they are supernatural beings as opposed to, little green men from other planets as well. Angels, demons, whatever else is out there.
Uh,
In the spiritual realm, they can manifest and cross the boundary if they so desire.
So they've signed like an intergalactic, interdimensional agreement to turn over certain technologies and this and that. And then,
Well, I mean,
so hold on. So then now, how benevolent could they be if they then turn this over and then witnessed exactly what's been going on since they turned over the technology to us?
Well,
Like, what have we done? Have we progressed as a people or as a society so far? I don't know. Epic, go ahead, Rock and Rio. And then Epic Tournament.
I don't think they. I don't think they've benevolence is the thing.
We're just lab rats in Experiment 25,
Well, that's a possibility.
Universe 25.
But, there's
Hey,
this whole thing.
It's 57.
Of forbidden knowledge, right? And they shared the forbidden knowledge with the people here on Earth.
They sound like the devil chomped in us with a apple.
That's exactly it.
We're gonna be right back.
Here that build the big guns. Here that build the death planes. Here that build all the bombs. Here that hide behind walls. Here that hide behind discs. I just don't want you to know I can see through your masks. You that never done nothing but build to destroy. You play with my world like it's your little toy. You put a gun in my hand and you hide from my eyes, and you turn and run farther when the fast bullets fly. Like Judas of old,
It's Friday night.
you lie and deceive. A world
My name's Jimmy. Into the Microcosm, hour number 2. It's on the air. We're gonna open up the phones. Bruce McDonald's here, Evan Jerniman's here, Rock and Rio's here, I'm here, now you're here. Ground Zero, welcome. Can't smoke enough weed to make it go away. Man, we're on a hellbound train. You could probably drink yourself into a coma, but when you woke up, it'd still be there. Wouldn't it, Rhea? You there, Rhea? Don't hear you.
Pretty cool song, man.
I don't know.
So I'm thinking about that question from that segment from last hour. I didn't get to my answer on that one.
Yeah,
if
so
you don't mind, I'd like to.
So we're just joined by Ground Zero Plus. So we're gonna re-ask. We're gonna re-ask the question. So before you guys got here, I asked the question. Do you believe that there was some sort of deal cut between aliens versus the United States? Made a deal with our president, whether interdimensional or, bug-eyed, bulb's head aliens flying in tin cans from other planets. One way or the other, we're asking the question. Do you think it's true? And so now we've gotten two. Rock and Rio said yes, and Bruce McDonald also thought the same, but had different opinions about what it might or might not be. Now, Epic Journeyman, what's your vote? Yay or nay on the contract with the interdimensional interlopers or planetary visitors?
Yeah, as far as contact and some kind of agreement made, I said it was 1948. There's a reason for that. Like 1947 is when Kenneth Arnold saw the flying saucers. That the term was coined. And 1947 is when Roswell occurred. Whether you believe that's UFOs or not, but I don't think that's what the significant point is. I think what the significant point is when the Dead Sea Scrolls were found in Qumran, and it verified the Book of Enoch, because it verifies this interloper incursion by the Watchers, which is extra-dimensional beings, the fallen angels, the 200 Watchers, right? And that is the thing that it spawns the agreements we make today, because you're talking about an agreement or a contract, and the contract was, right, like it was back in ancient times. They will give you power if you let them. They'll give you knowledge if you let them, right? They'll make you kings on the earth if you let them dictate how it's going to be, right? And so, like, it's a verification, because before Qumran, before the Dead Sea Scrolls, in 1940 is also when Israel was founded, right? And it's not really coincidental, right? All these things happen at the same time, I don't think, because those scrolls were hidden for a long time. What was in those scrolls? People didn't know that it had the Book of Enoch in it. They didn't know, the common public did at that time. They didn't know it had that in the Book of the Giants and all this other stuff. These extra biblical texts that talked about extra dimensional beings. They talked about the Nephilim and the Watchers, these fallen angels. They didn't know about that at all. They just knew it had books of Isaiah and stuff in it, right? But it confirmed what they had found in Ethiopia, that the Ethiopian churches kept all this time. The Yi language, which they thought was maybe fabricated, they didn't know. There's no confirmation until then. And after that, they had it incomplete, like the entire scroll, right? And they hid it from us for basically, what, 50 years? Really? I mean, before they let it go, that what they really had. And I started talking about the computer generations of scrolls that are folded on themselves and all that stuff. When you look at it, it's more important than just the location in the scrolls. It's the fact that what they went to is where the very place that those fallen angels, the Watchers, swore their oath on Mount Hermon.
So you think there was a deal? So is that what you're saying?
Yes, absolutely a deal. There is a deal. Yeah, and it's not necessarily with Eisenhower, but it's a deal with
the rulers
of the planet.
The answer, Epic says yes. So out of all of us, out of the four of us so far, there's 3 yays and no nays. But I'm going to have to step in and say that I do not think there's any deals cut with anybody. Personally.
I would have to say that probably every president has cut some kind of deal with the devil.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing now. There's this whole like morphing of the whole alien idea with demons and all this.
The extra dimensional, yeah.
Right. So the thing is, but I mean, they're all sort of in the same category, man. Where you show me the pictures. In other words, there's no physical evidence of any of these ideas. In other words, they're ideas unless you personally experienced it yourself. So in other words, as far as you're concerned, if I tell you what I saw, you're hearing it, but you didn't see it. There's nothing material about it. The same thing when you're hearing ghost stories or you're hearing monster stories, whatever story you're hearing. You're not actually there's no physical representation of it.
Right. Like I have not personally seen Bigfoot, but I do tend to think that there might be something to that, right?
Is Bruce just not here, or did you?
Bruce had to bail. He said he might come back in a little bit.
Oh, he boned out. All right.
Yeah, might have had to have the Artemis 2 experiment going.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now here we go. We're going to the moon now, right? So that's like a big story. It barely even got any airplay.
Well, my sister actually sent me a video from her backyard of the rocket going up.
Oh yeah,
and I didn't realize that it was the whole moon thing. Because she's she's down in Florida, so she's close enough to occasionally get some.
Do you think our rockets will get menaced by hostiles from the dark side of the moon?
Yeah, they might be.
India made it there okay, so it would probably be okay. But that's the story. So the original secret space program before Corey Goode took it over with his comic book style blue avians and stuff like that, which are laughable in my opinion.
Chickens.
The blue chickens.
before that happened, to make comic books essentially. Then before that, you had a pretty well-rounded, good scientific community and people in the research community doing their Amsterdam conference originally, and then the following 2, I think, years after that, where they talked about this very thing, like how all was good until somewhere around, I don't know which next to last Apollo mission, probably 1971 or 70, where it's like, get off our moon. Right?
Yeah,
there might be something true to that.
Yeah.
That's why we haven't gone back.
Could be. You never know. Okay, Rio, give out that phone number.
Okay. Let me turn the phones on.
Oh, yeah, he's going to turn the phones on.
I got to turn the phones on.
Turn them on, man. We're going to open up the
phone.
phones.
The phone line is now on.
All right.
The new number is 717-417-8284.
Go ahead, give it out again. You got to give it out 3 times to implant it in the brain.
717-417-8284. 717-417-8284.
There you go, Rock and Rio, bringing in the phones right on now. Listen, were you able to find that video? Because if not, I'll search it out, but I can't search it and talk at the same time, so I'll have to bust off here to the right, stage right, and see if I can scour the earth or the internets and see if I can find it. All right, thanks for posting that number in the chat. It's good to see everybody in the chat, man. What's going on? Are you over in the Ground Zero chat?
I am not in the Ground Zero chat.
All right, well, maybe if you mosey on over there and say howdy to Chris and
yeah,
all them
you gotta
over
give
there.
me a minute.
Yeah, so don't forget about the Ground Zero app. Check that out. It's over there. I'll get the information on it later. Tell you guys about it in case you haven't heard about it. And Fringe it also. Don't forget about that. All right, listen. So this congressman came out, started making comments about aliens and saying, if you knew what he knew, you wouldn't sleep at night. You'd be shivering in your boots like a chihuahua on the back porch. No, he didn't say that. I threw the chihuahua on the back porch part in there, and the shivering. But listen, Rock and Rio, were you able to find that thing?
No.
All right, I'm gonna have to search it out. Hold on. What's the guy's name? I wish I hope I saw it on X. It's some congressman you never heard of before. Oh, he's making.
No, I never heard him before that.
He's making a name for himself. Oh man, you know what? We also got to remind people about. A couple weeks ago you were talking about that dude, Afro Man.
Afro Man, yeah. Saturday Night Live did a skit on him. I didn't know what it was all for until I read later after the fact.
We talked about it on the show and what it was. Rock and Real. What happened to Afro Man? Tell everybody. So.
Oh, Afro Man. His house got raided.
Yeah, and
by the cops, and
he wrote a song.
One of the cops was, going through his house. They stole some of his money out of his safe, but there was a pound cake on the counter. And the cops saw the pound cake, and he's got it on his home video footage.
Yeah, so
the cop's eyes got real wide, and you could see the drool forming. And he went and helped himself to a nice big chunk of Mama's pound cake. And Afro Man did not appreciate that, so
he wrote a song.
Made a video.
He made a video, but here's the thing: he went to court, man. Since then,
yeah.
Now he went to court and he made videos about each one of those cops. And they're like harsh videos, man, about their. And he literally, one of the officers was literally bawling and crying that she'd been hurt so bad by the video that he made.
Yeah, that was basically. I didn't know what the premise was for the Saturday Night Live because I hadn't heard about it till after, right? Like I somehow missed this whole thing, and I mean, what a trip, right? Like, I mean. It just goes to show you, like, if that's why you have to have cops show their faces and their badges and everything in the first place, right? Because people, if they aren't accountable, they're going to do things they wouldn't normally do because they're unacountable, right?
No,
you don't
man,
go eat people's dinner and food after and pound cake and stuff like that. You don't do that. It's crud. What the hell?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you what's gotten completely out of control, and it's not the powers that be don't like it. because there was this whole movement where people were auditing police departments by doing constitutionally lawful things and getting into hassles with cops and that didn't know the law, and then suing them after they beat the shit out of you and throw you in jail. And so it's been going on for years now, but now it's gotten to a point where lots of people are doing it, and it's I mean, you can go on YouTube and watch 1 million people doing it, exercising their constitutional rights, and you should see what happens to people. It's you know, and what's really funny is, for the most part, what ends up happening is the enforcers end up walking away in shame because people know their rights now. It's to the point where people have pieces of paper that have everything on it that they're supposed to do.
Fourth Amendment, dude. Fourth Amendment. Just carry it in your car. Carry it in your car, dude. Just fold it out right there. Here, Fourth Amendment. See?
Here's what they don't like too. Now, here's a big thing that's going on right now. So you know how like when someone gets pulled over, they tell you roll down your window. Like this. There's no law that says you have to roll down your window. So people are not rolling down their window, they're only rolling it down a crack. And they're going, I told you to roll down your window, you know, and then the people in the car going, but you know, you got guns and stuff, you know. I can hear you, you know. That's as far as I'm rolling it down. And that's the law. And then they say, let me have your ID. So they want you to hand it to them. And they don't have to. They can put it up on the window and let them see it. You know? And they don't like that either. I mean, there's a whole bunch of this shit they hate. You should see what goes on, man. It's literally crazy. You know,
specific line of the Fourth Amendment, right?
Yeah.
About holding up your card. I mean, so it says specifically the right to be secure in your people, persons, and property.
And papers.
Right. So and that's your driver's license. You don't surrender. You don't have to give up your driver's license. Absolutely. It says it right there in black and white. You know, Yeah, you can look at it. Okay, you have to look at it. Here it is through the window. Absolutely. That's 100% correct.
They get so pissed. They go, they go, what's your name? And they go, I don't answer questions, man. And the guy goes, well, I'm doing an investigation. And the guy goes, well, I'm not obligated to help you investigate. Go investigate. You know,
right.
Do your job. You know?
I need to see what's in your trunk. Do you have a warrant? You know,
no,
or come in your house? Did have warrant? No. Well,
what crime did
see it? You know,
you have to have. You have to reasonably articulate a crime that you're being accused of committing, and then you can hand it over. But until then, they just make shit up. They're like,
yeah,
it's
the difference between somebody.
I smell something in here.
If you're chasing the guy that just robbed the bank and he runs into your house, yes, then go in your house and chase after him, right? But if they can't just come to your house to suspect the guy's hiding in your house, they have to get a warrant. That's the difference. It's that simple.
Guy's sitting in his car. Hey, Rio.
Yeah.
Rio.
Yeah.
Rio. Guy's sitting in his car. Officer comes up to him and goes, what are you doing? He goes, none of your business. He goes, well, let me see some ID. He goes, well, you know, what for? He goes, because you're sitting here. And I got a call, says, you're suspicious. And then he goes, well, is being suspicious breaking the law somehow? Is it against the law to be suspicious? And they go, give me your name and badge number. And the guy goes, right here. Like 9 out of 10 times they go, right here. And they go, okay, officer, right here. Because they point at their name. In other words, here's my name, fucker. You know, I'm not going to give you my name. It's right here. You know, and they go, okay, officer, right here. You can just write my ticket to good citizen.
Yeah, you don't want to harass the cops. When the cops are harassing you, you have a right to harass them a little bit back, right? I mean, that's the thing. You know, you have rights. You do. We do. We all have rights in this country. That they're in the Constitution. They're written in black and white, right there. Right? You can't violate they've been violating the Fourth Amendment. They've been going after the Fourth Amendment for decades now. And that's the one. That's the one we need to grab back, man. We need to grab back. I'm
now
really calm on it.
They've taken it a step further, Rio. They now they just go around filming shit. Like they're just standing out in front of like a restaurant or some kind of bank or whatever. They're just standing on public property. and they immediately they're on you for filming anything. Remember back after 9/11, you couldn't film shit. If you put a camera out, whatever, there was no cameras because they thought everybody was casing the buildings to do terrorism or whatever. So there was like this. So now they just stand there and people coming up go, just regular people like us, so walking down the street. Guys, what the fuck are you filming me for? Goes, get your camera out of my face, and they're all sitting there and they want you to fuck with them. In other words, they're just going, hey man, I wasn't taking video of your face until you walked up here. Now,
right,
now your face is on here. And he goes, well, what are you filming me for? And they pepper spray these fuckers, man.
You know what we need a constitutional amendment for is personal space. How far does it extend, right? What is the actual boundary of personal space?
6
Because
feet.
that's what we need to have. Yeah.
It was 6 feet during the Michelle Pfeiffer incident.
Yeah, but is that a qualification? I think it should be more than that. I think that anything that a UFC fighter can strike you from, that's your range of personal space, right? Because it's combative. Anything beyond that, if somebody's using martial arts on you from a certain distance, where it can become combative, that's your personal space boundary. And anybody that crosses that personal space boundary, you have a absolute right to film them. Absolutely, you should be able to have a right to film anything you want. But as far as like a law enforcement officer, doesn't it extend it farther because they have weapons, right? I mean, come on now, and they work for us. They're supposed to protect the people, serve and protect. I mean, come on. It's ridiculous what they're trying to get away with. And the fact that nobody pushes back is because they don't know their rights. Once you know your rights, it's like, hey, man, obviously, get the F out of here, man. What are you doing? You have no right to be here acting like that. Nobody's committed a crime here. You're trying to provoke people to commit a crime so that you can do what, right? So why? Why exactly is that?
They're just on.
In the case of HSI, they're contractors. They get paid bounties for doing that.
Fishing expeditions.
Yeah, well, they get paid bounties.
Rio, give out that number again.
718-618-99. Oh, no, that's the old number.
Oh,
Wait a
shit.
minute. 717-417-8284.
See, that number goes by me like the wind.
Yeah. Well, we've had that number for what, like 5 years. So it's
no, I mean the new number.
Still ingrained in my head. I got to get used to the new number myself.
I can't remember the new number. When you say it, my mind goes blank. It's into the microcosm.
But you say, look, yeah, but don't touch, baby. No, don't touch.
The Isley Brothers. All right, well, listen.
I just gotta say, Isley Brothers are cool, right? Like bands have like a coolness factor. They're pretty high on the scale.
Jimmy, we have a caller.
All right, stand by. There we go.
We have two callers.
Sweet. What's happening?
All right, 330. Hello.
Hey, Rio. Hey, Jimmy. How's it going, guys? It's
Good.
Trish from Ohio.
Hey, Trish. What's happening?
How you doing, Trish?
Hey, not much. I just wanted to revisit something Jimmy said earlier about sirens going off all the time.
Yeah.
I live down here in a village of 2,800 people. That's it. Less than 2,800. And I'm not exaggerating. Our fire station is going off at least 3 times a week. At least 3 times a week. And the reason around here is there's been a couple fires here and there, but it's all these accidents out on the highway.
Yeah.
So it does seem to be real, because I was thinking the same thing. It was so crazy that Jimmy said it earlier about the sirens. I was just saying the same thing. every other day the sirens are going off, which is really odd. And that's all I want to say about that. And then you guys were talking about gasoline going up. I don't know. I didn't hear you guys mention that, plastics. I guess we're going to have a real problem with plastics, too, because, it's a petroleum product. And they're saying China was running out of product to make their plastic bags, to make their garbage bags.
Oh.
They have real strict rules there, I guess. But I think it's going to be we're going to be in a world of hurt. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be a lot harder than the times my mom talked about, telling me about rations back in World War II. It's going to be really hard. So.
Yeah, well, hopefully everybody's, not going crazy and, but everybody, like each week you squirrel away a little extra kind of shit, for your supplies because, even if there's no reason that you have to have a bunch of food in the house, the fact that it goes up every week in price, that if you buy some shit ahead of time, a couple months from now, it might be twice as much. A lot of shit is twice as much. It costs twice as much. Now, right now where I am, gas is $6.45 a gallon for gasoline and $7.60 for diesel.
Wow.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Well, the point I was making with the plastics is, the majority of our food comes in plastic.
Yeah, everything's in
if you think about it.
Yeah.
Even canned food has a plastic type liner inside the can. Cans of Coca-Cola, they say, have plastic liners in them. So, even if we have the food, what are they going to put it in? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I guess go back to paper everything. I don't know.
Go back to glass.
But there's things that people aren't really seeing yet that will eventually, if you're going to start seeing things. Like a package of cookies. Okay. Uh-huh. I don't buy cookies, but I'm just thinking about a package of cookies comes in plastic. You know what I mean? And I think what we'll see is things disappearing off the shelves. They're just not going to restock certain things because they're not going to have the packaging to package them.
I think you're right.
Just something to think about.
Well, the other thing too is all those plastics that are inside those cans. The canned foods. Like beans and shit like that. All that plastics that's all up in there. That shit's full of BPA. So that shit's just sitting there soaking in BPA until you eat it. So
Yeah, it might be the best thing that whoever survives it, I guess, will have a better life. It'll be like back in the olden days.
Well, you gotta when you go to the store or whatever. If you're thinking of future survival type thing, or even eating healthy right now, if you go get regular dried shit or freeze dried shit, that's not sitting there. Well, that's even in plastic. Everything's in plastic unless you go buy. You gotta buy it in plastic. You gotta go buy in bulk. Like you gotta go somewhere and pull a bunch of shit out of a jar, and put it in a bag, put it on a scale. But as far as things are concerned right now, that's like Stone Age shit. You know what I mean? But if somebody opened up some kind of a market that was like that, where you could buy stuff and just
yeah, like a wholesale market.
Yeah. Where you just go in and buy shit by the pound, instead of
put it in paper bags like lunch bags.
Yeah, exactly, like they used to. It's funny it's funny that a lot of the reasons that we used certain materials was based on science. They had the reason they had copper and brass and all that on handrails in hospitals because it kills germs. You know what I mean?
Right.
The reason people ate with silver utensils was because it killed germs. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, keeping shit in glass and so on and so forth. I mean, frying in cast iron, using cast iron, pans, all that stuff. It all added up to a certain mentality about what the things that were used. But now, ever since we've been on oil, plastics and everything else is based on oil. Just about everything. Everything is based on oil. But the bottom line, we don't even need that oil over there. There's no reason for 200
No, we don't.
Why don't Americans get friend prices with all the oil if we're the number one producer of oil in the world, like they say? Then why don't they kick oil to us in our country? Why don't they kick it to us for $20 a barrel? Why are they making us
They
suffer?
just showed a video where they said they pay a half a penny a gallon for gas over there. It might be a liter. They go by liters, but it's a half a penny is what they pay.
It was 28 cents a liter
on, man.
when I was in
That's
Iraq.
crazy.
When I was in Iraq, it was 28 cents a liter, and that was in 2003, which is still incredibly cheap, right? So basically multiplied by 4, it's almost like a quart, right? So what are we talking about? $1.20 a gallon, basically. But that was during the war. That was during the war, right? During the Iraq War. I think that, we need to really look at that.
Why don't they pump out some Gull Island shit? Why don't they go up there and pump out Gull Island? The thing is, man, is Alaska, their citizens get a little bit of a kickback every year.
They do
for the oil.
Or like Native Americans in the right tribe, they get kickbacks from the casinos and things like that. I mean, in a certain way, well, Dubai, United Arab Emirates, excuse me, is like the perfect example. If you're an Emirati, you're born there, you never have to work a day in your life ever. Everything's basically free for you because you're getting a take in the oil revenues made by that nation. Well, if we have so much oil, how come that's not happening to us? Why are we paying taxes? Why are we a net debtor as a society?
That's what I'm saying.
Why are we net debtors? What's that all about, actually, if not for control?
American citizens, we should be benefiting from having a country like America. We should be getting kickbacks from the government. We should be getting our commissions. Where's our commissions? We can get no commissions.
No, none at all.
Trish, what did you think about that speech, man? Did you watch it?
What? He's nuts, man. I mean, enough is enough, man.
Didn't it
It's too
seem
much
weird?
shitting. You know what I mean?
Didn't it seem weird the way he was saying, everybody's watching, this is the hottest country. Those B-1 bombers were
spiel,
beautiful.
Man. That's his spiel.
Yeah, it sounded like a brochure for a hotel.
Yeah, that's why he was chosen for this, whole kit and caboodle bullshit, Now,
Rock and Rio, do we have another caller?
Well, I can't take 2 calls at once, but we did have another call.
Yeah, I'll jump off of here. That's all I wanted to say to you guys. Good show tonight. I'll sit back. I'll listen. I'll get off of here.
Right on. Thanks.
All right, good night, guys.
Thanks for calling,
thanks, Trish.
Thanks for calling.
I just want to say one word to you. Just one word.
Yes, sir.
Are you listening?
Yes, I am.
Plastics.
757.
Yes, I
call
am.
back.
Plastics.
That's the word, isn't it? Like it really was. Like that movie was so insightful.
Plastics.
About that. Was it 1968? I don't have that much of a photographic memory if I ever had one, but yeah, somewhere in there, 60 something.
You know it ain't easy for these thoughts to leave me. There are no words to describe it in French or in English. 'Cause diamonds they fade
Rock and Rio. Give out that number.
717-417-8284 and 757. Give us a call back.
Knocking me sideways, they even knocking me out there. Whenever you come around me, these feelings won't go away. They even knocking me sideways. I keep thinking in a moment that time will take them away.
As Citizen Cope with Santana, Sideways.
Check.
Check. What's happening?
1, 2. This basket case.
What's going on?
Yeah, I found out the nothing much. Just listening and watching y'all's chat.
Right on.
I'm feeling a lot what you guys got to say, and this is my news. I hope I'm not too annoying with my damn text over there.
No. Who is this?
Yeah, but we feeling over here on the East Coast.
Sweet.
And I wouldn't tell nobody to worry about not a damn thing because it's all been planned out, every damn thing, and there ain't nothing you can do but just keep doing what you're doing and try your best and all that, you know. Just keep humble and all that, you know.
Yeah.
If you got your faith or whatever, you're protected. So I wouldn't worry about all this stuff going up in the smoke, you know.
You're right.
You know.
Totally agree with you, man. You know, the thing is, like, you know, I was talking with Rock and Rio before the show a little bit. And I was saying, you know, people don't really consider what a miracle it is that we're all sitting here right at this very moment, whatever age you are.
Sure.
Because the thing is we had a discussion about quantum entanglement, and instead of alignment, you know, as opposed to random. We talked about making a choice between coffee or tea, you know, and just making that choice. Yeah. A whole chain of events is going to happen because you chose that tea. A whole chain of events is going to happen. And Rock and Rio and I were talking about all these times that we've all avoided disaster, you know. We've all somehow...
That's what I love about you fellas, man. You're on point all the time, you know. I feel a lot what you guys coming from through the spirit, you know. And we're all fucking blessed, you know. Shit, you know. I mean, it could be a whole lot damn worse. And I guess it's just the mental mind games being played and the indecisive stuff that everyone's wandering and pondering about, you know. Just stay focused on whatever makes and brings your ass joy, you know. And, you know, and that garden stuff and preparing stuff. It's good to do that, you know, but that shit takes a whole lot of time and everybody's all compromised up in the job, you know, and you got other priorities and things to do, you know, just baby steps, you know, like that damn what about Bob? Baby steps.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, man. Right on.
I got
I just
a
wanted
question.
to call and shot you guys a holler to give y'all some credit, you know, because I enjoy your show. Over to Clyde Lewis and the Secret Teachings and stuff. I think this is my favorite, you know. And I never saw you before.
That's
and
a heavy
you always
compliment, man. Thanks.
Got you like what I pictured in my mind was like a young, like surfer type dude, and I saw you. I was like, man, oh, he's an OG type thing, you know. So that was kind of cool, attractive too, man. I appreciate all you fellas broadcasting and stuff, and that's all I wanted to do. Just give you a shout out. And nobody was calling. I was like, hell, I couldn't think of nothing to say, you know. But I'm just going with the giving, so I just gave it a shot. And I'm glad you guys picked up for me.
We appreciate you, man.
No, really
give us a call
appreciate it.
anytime.
Yeah.
That was really a heavy compliment. We appreciate that.
Wonderful, man. I appreciate you fellas a whole lot, man. And you know what? I ain't got to say God bless because you guys are already blessed, and your whole audience is blessed. And Amber saying hello to everybody, that's cool too. Shout out to her. You know, your whole thing that's going on, I enjoy it a whole lot. It's been a blessing to me spiritually, you know, tuning in and stuff. It's getting my mind off of stuff.
Sweet,
Sorry,
man.
I'm sort of like I've been doing a little drink, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, it's
all good. Hey, I got a quick question.
I appreciate the fellas, man. Thank
right
you.
on. It is Friday night.
Are you by chance a musician? Oh, shucks. Yeah, I was
What'd you
going
say,
to ask. Are you a musician by chance? You
A
play an
musician?
instrument? Yeah.
Yeah, I do I take my finger and rub my lip like and I can play a whole damn couple songs with that.
I'm just asking because
I'm a comedian and a professional asshole.
well, appreciate the
You
call,
know?
man. And no, it's a great compliment. I just want to pay it back.
Right on.
But yeah.
Oh man, thank
thanks.
you guys.
Take care.
All right, peace easy, man. I look forward to listening to you guys in the future. Goodbye now.
Hey,
Thank
take
you.
care, man. Thanks. All right,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, fellas. Bye-bye.
I got something going on somewhere. I can't find wherever it is. I don't know where it's coming from.
Dude, that's the phone.
Oh, no, yeah, okay. No, I heard some noises. I'm hearing noises.
It's not the
Now,
aliens.
No one
it's
ever,
not the 1948 incursion.
No one
Yeah.
ever went and found that video of that.
Of the guy, the congressman.
What's
no,
the guy's?
I don't know where I found. I saw it on X. I don't know where. It came
What's
from
the
originally.
guy's name?
I guess I can look it up. Hold on.
What's the guy's name? Let's find the guy. Let's get this show on the road. You know, I can't do everything, man. Rockaria, what's that number?
717-417-8284.
What is it? 717-417. Somebody put that number in the chat, man. I can't see it. I don't know what it is.
Tim Burchett.
Seven 417-8284. 717-417-8284. Give us a call. While we're looking up this congressman with this aliens.
Yeah, it's Tim Burchett. I'm gonna link it in the chat for looking.
Santana.
I got a Newsmax one. If I don't want Newsmax, but I'm gonna link it anyway. That's like a hive.
All right, well,
Probably seen one.
throw it
Is
in
his
there.
name Tim Burchett?
Yeah,
Yep,
that's
Tim
him.
Burchett.
Tim
All right.
Burchett.
Are you putting it in there, Rio?
Yeah, I'll see if I can actually find a good video of him with the.
Yeah, maybe you could play it.
Yeah, I got Newsmax for some reason. That's like the second one that's better than the first one I came up with. I'm still scrolling. That's one I might link though if I don't find anything better first.
All right, well, listen. Apparently, if we knew what he knew, we wouldn't be sleeping at night.
We wouldn't be talking. We would be sleeping. Yeah.
Well, put it this way. I don't know what he
That's what he
knows.
says.
I don't know what he knows, but I'm already not sleeping. So, you know. I can't imagine he's going to tell me anything that's going to make me not sleep even more. There we go. The golden
So
Town.
I linked that one. I linked that one. The Newsmax one. It's got a cool alien photo as part of the graphics, so why not, right?
You got it.
Yeah,
Rick.
I never heard of the guy before either. I mean, honestly, and the only reason I heard of him was because I was scrolling through an X thing when I was at lunch, and I was just looking what's going on. People were texting me back
Yeah,
or
that's
something.
That's why.
And there it was.
That's why I brought up Afro Man earlier, because you haven't heard of Afro Man in like 30.
No, I hadn't heard of Afro Man until Saturday Night Live. It was Saturday Night Live skit.
You haven't
It was
heard
like,
from
what, 2 weeks
Afro
ago?
Man in 30 years since he wrote that song, and now all of a sudden he's popular again.
Yeah,
The same
it was like,
thing with
2 or
this-
3 weeks ago. Yeah, I heard it.
This congressman. You never heard of him before, but now you know his name. But see, I already forgot his name. What's his
Tim
name?
Burchett.
Burchett.
Tim Burchett. It's
All
Tim
right.
Burchett. Yeah, or Burchett or Burchett. It might be really fancy. It might be Tim Burchett.
You got
And Tim Burchett.
You got the video, Rockaria?
Yeah. I linked it too. I got the Newsmax one.
I just want to
maybe
see
Rio's
if
got a
he's
better
gonna,
one.
if you're gonna play it. You're gonna play it, right, Rio?
What's that?
Are you gonna play it?
Oh, I have the Newsmax clip.
Yeah, you gonna play it?
Yeah, I can play it.
Yeah, play it, because I can't get the video in here.
Hang on.
Do you need a minute?
No, I can I can play the clip. I just don't have it downloaded.
All right. Oh, you're downloading it?
Well, yeah. No, I can play it live, but I have to download it to check it.
No, I get it.
Right.
So
don't
you're
have the
gonna,
tinfoil hat on just yet, Congressman, but I'm wondering, kind of how you react to that, because you are connected. You're on the UFO subcommittee. I mean, I'm just wondering what you make of that. Have you heard anything like that? Just yet, Congressman, but I'm wondering.
Well, I'm still a member of Congress, so I can't really comment too much on what Matt said. But I will say this.
Wait, seriously? Are you being serious, or is that
I'm
tongue in
being
cheek?
100% serious. Okay. I've been 100% serious. I've been briefed by just about every alphabet agency there is. And I'll just tell you this. If they would release the things that I've seen, you would stay up. You'd be up at night worrying about or thinking about this stuff. We just need to disclose it all. I'm sick of it. Well, I was briefed. I'll just tell you this. I was briefed last week on an issue, or excuse me, 2 weeks ago, and it would have set the earth on. This country would have come unglued. I think if they would have heard all that I heard, they would demand answers.
He's a liar,
and we need to. But it's never going to get. Unfortunately, it just keeps getting covered up, and the people that know are dying or disappearing, as the case may be.
Wow.
And for the record, I'm not suicidal, and I don't take risks. So,
I'm glad you said that. I'm speechless,
This
Congressman.
kid's a liar.
you should be. You should be. And I told the president, release it all.
He hasn't
The
said
problem is-
anything. He
What's
hasn't
that?
said it. He hasn't said anything. Number one, he
No,
hasn't. He hasn't. Hang on a second. He hasn't said anything. He hasn't revealed anything. And the first thing that I noticed about what he's saying is that he said, "I've been briefed by just about every lettered agency," which is saying nothing. He's not saying anything. He's been briefed by just about every lettered agency. He's not saying, "I've been briefed by the CIA. I've been briefed by the FBI," or whatever. He's making a broad gesture into putting your mind in a certain framework but he's not specifically saying anything about anything. This guy's full of shit. Go ahead, Epic.
No, that was the context of the ex post where I first saw it, right? Because I hadn't seen it before then. Because I was running around for wheel and driving some work somewhere, but I did manage to get a signal, and I check news feeds every once in a while, and Twitter feeds. I still call them Twitter feeds, and I saw that, and I'm like, well, that was the whole context. Like, this guy's lying, So it's reminiscent of one of those '90s TV series that we were talking about Loch Ness Monster, and I remember this one guy specifically talking. I saw it, and I blinked my eyes once, twice, 3 times, right? Bullshit, dude. That you're lying. You're a freaking liar, right?
Well,
and
they just
impression I
got some video of the Loch Ness Monster a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, well, but I mean, that may be true.
Rock and Real.
But
Rock and Real. What do you think about this guy?
I don't know yet, but
is this guy lying?
He's a politician, so well, I'm gonna find out in about a minute here. So,
okay, reverse it. Cool. He what I got out of that was, it's a matter of congressional record. We don't get to see what they see in the intelligence briefings, but we get to know who they talk to. That's a matter of public record. Like, so we don't get to know what they said, but we can know who was subpoenaed or who was talking or who was witnessing these events, right? And so I talked to every, 3-letter agency or whatever. Really? Okay, well, you can name them, because there's
He
a
didn't
record
name
of
them.
that.
He couldn't name them
Yeah.
because he hasn't talked
There's a record
to them.
of that.
There's no. He couldn't name them because he hasn't talked to anybody.
That's
But
what I'm
the way
getting at,
he
yeah.
said it makes the normal Joe think he means he's talked to somebody. It's just like Obama, saying he was going to bring hope and change or whatever. Everybody thought
pretty obscure concept, yeah.
change. Everybody thinks they're going to make the changes you want. He's going to make the changes I want. All right, listen. It's Into the Microcosm. It's Ground Zero Plus. It's Revolution Radio. Fully listener supported. Come on down. Become supporters. Rockin' Rio's in the lab with this congressman. We're going to find out if he's incongruent. But it's the ongoing mythos of the Project Bluebeam and all this. All these aliens all of a sudden, right at this precise moment. It's another
Playing
side,
hard, right? They're playing hard.
another side distraction. from the war. Anything but looking at the Epstein files.
Yeah.
What's that?
Operation Epstein Fury. Yeah.
There's some dude that looks just like him down in Florida. Pensacola
Wouldn't doubt
Pete.
it.
His name's Pensacola Pete. Type it in, man. While Rocket Rio's over there in the lab. Pensacola Pete. Type it in. Type in Pensacola Pete.
I came up with a Florida restaurant in Pensacola Beach. Hold on. And the donkey. Oh, the donkey. Yeah.
Don't narrate your search.
I shall not.
We gotta judge the judge. We gotta find the fines. We gotta scheme the schemes. We gotta line the lines. We must
Is there another city that begins with the letter P in Florida besides Pensacola?
Oh yeah, there's many. Palm Beach, right? Among many
Palm
others.
Beach,
No,
P-
I found what you're looking for. So it's all these YouTube videos. The guy say, "I'm not Jeffrey Epstein."
Yeah, that
There's
guy.
a whole YouTube. There's like tons of videos about this guy saying, I'm not Jeffrey Epstein."
Exactly. That's the guy.
Yeah, that's the guy. Yeah. Okay.
But the thing is,
Yeah,
the
first I heard of him.
reason I'm bringing it up is because when Jeffrey Epstein originally, when the
Air
whole
quotes died.
the whole Jeffrey Epstein story was evolving, when he got arrested and then subsequently, we heard of his death. We said then on the show, I said that I brought that movie Face Off up, and I said, he's going to get a new face. So people are saying he got a new face, and that's him.
Well, at the time, like when he was first pulled out on the stretcher, there was video of him on the stretcher where you could see his head partly. No, you couldn't see his face, but you could see his ears. And they said at the time that those are not his ears.
No, that wasn't him,
Right.
man. That clearly was not him. But the point is that they're saying that this Pensacola Pete guy is him.
If he's not him, can you imagine being that guy? Why are you still in Florida?
Somebody
then?
was driving down.
Move,
Somebody
somebody
was driving down the road, and they looked over, and he was in his convertible with his hat on backwards. It looked just like Epstein, and so they were all saying he's in Florida now, and that's how the whole Pensacola Pete thing started.
I mean, if it was him, here's what goes against it: you wouldn't be in Florida, right? I mean, why on earth would you do that? And then if you're not him, you're gonna have to move. I mean,
that's
just
the
are,
last
right?
place anybody be looking for you.
I guess, but once they got the light on you, like at this point, where there's YouTube videos about you, it's time to move. it's time to go. You got to move to Omaha or something, man. you got to go. You got to go where people aren't expecting to see you.
I think
you might stand out with your tan in Omaha.
I think the number is 717-417-8284 is what I think it is. 717-417-8284 is the number to call. It's Friday night. It's into the microcosm. We're talking about this alien congressman, amongst other things. Or maybe you got something to say. Give us a call. Let us know what you think. Did Eisenhower make a commitment to these bulbous head, bug-eyed aliens flying in tin cans from other planets? Or interdimensional beings? Who knows? So far, I think we have 3 votes over here in favor of the contract. 3 yays, 1 nay. What do you think? 717-417-8284. Lenny Kravitz.
Can make a little child smile.
Rock and Rio. Are you there?
Yeah.
What's going on with this guy?
Yeah, I got something on him here.
Is he?
I think he's telling the truth.
No.
Yep. Hold on.
Well, so far.
So far, yes. Hold on 1 second and let me get this here.
So when they came down and said, "Take me to your leader," kind of thing.
No, okay. So what I got on him, he says, "Great is darkness now. All this sucks and it eats at you. I said inside my head, look, I'm a hero, and I'm devalued completely by next week." He says, "Yes, lie, I must never." And we have a caller.
All right. Well, listen. We're almost at the top of the hour. Caller, are you there?
Jimmy
Yeah.
James.
Yeah. What's happening?
Hey, how you doing tonight? I
Doing good.
I'm glad I could stay awake for it. Hey, so I heard that Epstein's up in the Panhandle now. Is that true? What's the story on that?
Did you see that? Have you seen it? Listen, you're gonna have
Well,
to.
I heard you talking about it, and you know what? I seen him on the freeway in pictures. Is it real?
Hey, you're gonna have to do us.
I thought it was Tel Aviv or something.
Do us a favor and hang on because we're coming up to the top of the hour. We have to take a break here. So, if you want to hang
All
on,
right, brother.
if you want to hang on, just hang on. We'll bring you back when we come back.
All right, brother.
All right, stand by. All right, stand by. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's the top of the hour. It's Revolution Radio. We're fully listener supported. Come on down, become supporters. Freedomslips.com or freedomslips.net or revolution.radio. Plenty of ways to get involved, whether it's donations or promotion, whatever it is. We appreciate it. 15 years and running, and we're over here with Ground Zero too. Ground Zero Plus, home of Ground Zero, Clyde Lewis and the boys, and we appreciate being here. All right, Rock and Rio, do you got to reconnect everything?
Yes, I do.
All right, so we'll be right back.
Come so close, it's almost hard to believe. When you're up close, it blinds you brilliantly. Just one rush could change your life forever.
dark of the sky, the light of the moon, the solitary figure will be home very soon.
It's Friday night.
The storms of time,
It's into the microcosm.
office of the line,
Hour number 3.
to a savior, please take me away from here. The man in the ship has a lot to fear. He hasn't seen home in almost years.
717-417-8284 is the number to call.
When darkness falls, he goes by the stars, getting directions from Jupiter and Mars. It was he who created this life. He is fighting for his life. He is longing to see his wife and his family. The man in the ship has a lot to fear.
Rock and Rio. Are you there?
What's that?
Are you there?
I am here.
Okay.
And we do have the caller on the line.
Yeah. You want to bring your caller back?
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, caller. You're back.
Yeah, man.
What's happening? So what do you think?
Davey, so, hey, do you think this Burchett guy, this UFO reveal thing, this imminent, everywhere you look, there's going to be a reveal coming in the next month or two or year, just around the corner.
Yeah, I agree with you, man.
So
this is like.
So, do you think this? I mean, is this just to borrow time for a, just for this war bullshit going on in Iran? I mean, it's kind of all related, I think, in a lot of ways. They do this stuff,
Yeah, well, it's just
Rio or not Rio, but Epic. What do you think, man? You always got good takes on this kind of stuff. I mean, unless a hijacker called in.
Yeah,
Are you talking about the guy's disclosure thing in general? Like to me, I mean, the timing of it's one of these things that's just like weird, like because there's so many other bigger things going on.
It just happened.
Well, you know what I mean? Like so, like. Go ahead and elaborate a little bit. So what do you think? Like, you think he did it to detract from what was going on outside in the world?
The Epstein stuff, right? Whatever happened to that?
Yeah,
idea? It's gone.
Everything's about that, isn't
it? This new guy, Blanche, personal lawyer, is Trump's personal lawyer. Look, Trump's a scumbag. I'm going to say that right off the bat. I mean, everyone who's ever been in New York City, and I work with a few of them down here in Florida now, and they say this guy, he was either suing you or screwing you. He was paying you or he was suing you. And that's what Trump's whole thing was. But he was always promoting.
Yeah.
But anyway, so here we are now with this guy stuck in office, and we got all this shit he can't get out of now.
Yeah. And that's the thing, man. He's 84 years old. He can do anything he wants. He doesn't give a fuck. He's not gonna.
Exactly.
He's
he didn't make a bank. And what? So who's holding the bag now? Where's Megadeth? I'm sorry, Hegseth. Whatever he is. Probably out drinking too.
Yeah.
I'd have a beer with him. Why not? Here's some bullshit stories.
Sorry, I had to reconnect.
That Hegseth really seems like like almost a character that was written into a story.
He's a comic book character.
Yeah.
Jimmy, you're absolutely right, man. It's true.
Yeah, like you can see, he's releasing these people that have been serving their lives and they're doing what they're doing and have experience and knowledge and wisdom of what's going on, and he's eliminating people. And then
40 years in the war college and whatnot, and being a general in the field and commanding troops over in Iraq, and now you got to go because you're woke or something. Whatever his excuse is, it's ridiculous.
It almost sounds.
Check it out, Epic. You know how many people he shit can? He's fired a lot of people in the last week. That's huge.
Yeah, it is huge. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think a military uprising, if you will, not uprising, that's probably the wrong word, but a coup is very possible. Yeah, you can't get rid of that kind of talent.
Roman times or something.
Well, because people have spent their entire life dedicated to this country, sworn to the Constitution, to uphold the Constitution. And that's what they swore to, and they swore an oath to, and they fought their war. They've lost friends and everything in wars over this. They've stayed true to that the entire time. And all of a sudden, you're gonna let this guy from Fox News come in and just dismiss everybody because they're not doing enough push-ups for him, which he can't do anyway. Himself, by the way, is a total hypocrite, right? I mean, yeah, no, come on, man. People aren't gonna buy it, and I mean, the military aren't gonna buy it. At a certain point, there was an interesting note today I saw from Operational Security OMSEC. And it was the lack of a note, right? It was lack of a note. Like they always inform and keep everything up to date. Like during the Gulf Wars, everything was all kosher and good. And they had this little gap after that guy got fired today. Yeah, and it's like, well, hold on a minute. Why is that? Is it because we lost 4 aircraft today that we know of? That's what we know of.
Maybe
right?
they were shot. Maybe they were shot down by fucking aliens.
Well, I don't doubt they'd use that as
They
an
didn't have a
excuse, you
deal.
know?
They didn't sign the covenant.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, I'm telling you, man, like, like the thing about that covenant is it's about. Well, sorry, we would go off there, but what you were saying, what you were asking about the fact that these people aren't basically. Go ahead and say it again, so I can get you in the right perspective.
Hey,
I think
let me. Hey, so what do you think about the Jews? All right, not to mention the J question, but
Yeah.
like Trump
Kinda
is
did, but
surrounded by nothing but the Jays. And where's Bibby? I haven't seen that guy, or AI Bibby maybe lately, but where's that guy these days? Who's
Well,
around the
the
show?
thing about it is, man, is like we pointed out early on, before this administration moved into power, we pointed out way early on that a lot of the people surrounding the Trump operation, a lot of those people were heavily associated with Epstein.
a lot of them, yeah.
So the thing about
Ridiculous
it is that we put forward there was some sort of you could probably, if you just say you were in a situation and you surround yourself with a bunch of people that have every reason to keep shit on the down low and do what you say. You know what I mean? So I mean, you know, where they lie,
It's gangster.
Yeah, I mean,
Mob style. It really is.
It is.
Gangster world, man.
It is. It's almost like we're watching episodes of you know, The Sopranos or whatever. So I want to point out too that you want to see that a lot of the people that Trump picked that were going to be public facing, he picked people that he did say literally, he looks like he came out of Central Casting. So he picked a certain female representatives and certain male representatives, all based on what they look like. Or, you know, why the fuck would you? How does Dan Bongino qualify to fucking go?
He doesn't.
Right? And where's he now?
He had a fucking
Where's he
podcast.
out? What happened? Who fired him?
Well, I think it's bigger than that too. Like the fact that you had these people who came in there that were, I mean, absolutely implicated in the Epstein files before we knew the Epstein files. We just knew they were implicated with Epstein before they even got there, or the same kind of behaviors Epstein maybe more appropriate. Like think about Matt Gaetz. Matt Gaetz was under investigation for sex trafficking.
Lutnick.
Right?
Well, no, it wasn't sex trafficking. That happened in my brother's county, right down the road here.
Lutnick.
No, that was false IDs, hanging out with underage girls, but they had legal IDs because some Jew scumbag that was working at the county ID office or whatever here in Seminole County.
His buddy, yeah, his buddy.
Yeah, it was
So
a setup.
He made him a fake. Well, he made him a fake gun and badge and everything. His buddy, right? That guy went to jail, and he turned on him. Gates' friend, that is.
Yeah,
right. But yeah,
it's all scumbaggery. It really was at some point. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, well, what's that all about? Like in other words, it's like you made the mob boss analogy. I think that's the most important thing you just said. Is it?
The Trump thing.
Absolutely.
Back to Trump. I mean, you know what? It's all politics is local. The whole thing that you're talking about, what's his name? Matt Gaetz thing happened literally 40 miles away. I live in Daytona Beach, And my brother lives over in Lake Mary, home of the Lake Mary All-Stars, winner of the World Series 2
Yeah.
years ago. And
Congratulations.
the Little League World Series. Yeah.
Well,
Look, it's a great baseball.
Rio,
Florida.
Rio,
But anyway, but he was hanging out with some local, son of a very wealthy local landowner guy here, been here for 100 years, whatever. And he was at the county assessor's office, which is a big deal here in Florida because all the taxes and all the everything goes through the county.
Mm-hmm.
And he was knew some people like, hey, you want to hang out with the girls tonight? Let's go into Orlando and hang out at a club, and that's what they were doing. And Matt Gaetz was like, all right, I'll hang out. Same thing Trump was doing 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
It ain't nothing ever changed.
No. But you know what? Check this out. Rio did reverse speech on that guy. And, he found some shit that was really kind of disturbing. About...
What, you think?
About Matt Gaetz, yeah.
Yeah, about Haitian.
Yeah, Matt Gaetz, yeah.
About some...
Yeah, he ain't no saint. Oh, no, he's a scumbag.
Some victims
too.
from
If you're in
Haitian.
politics nowadays at some level, you're a scumbag. In my
Yeah,
book.
he's a scumbag. You're right.
It's proven otherwise.
Right on. Okay, Rock and Rio, have you found more on this congressman?
Well, yeah, I have a bit here.
All right.
But I can't do it while there's a phone call going. So.
All right.
Oh, hey, you want me to hang up? Hey, I'll hang up, man.
Hey,
good hanging out.
Great call.
No, it's great to hear from you, man.
Yeah, great call, man. Thank you.
All right, brother. I'll be listening. I love you, man.
Take care. I love you too, man.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There-
Rio, Epic.
Great to hear from you.
It's into the microcosm.
Snowbound and wide high, freezing in the heat, bandit in glad rags, I threw me on the street. Whispers in the doorway, promises and lies, measuring your lifetime in bedrooms and size.
Moving along, caught in a world of glass
and stone.
Down a skin and bone.
All right, Rock and Rio, we're down to skin and bones. Nada.
I am here.
Excellent. I'm going to exit stage left to go grab myself a hot cup of Joe so I can settle in and find out what the hell is going on with this guy.
Well, it's I think I'll put it this way. I think he thinks he's telling the truth.
There you go. Now
So-
that is more Spock, less Kirk, man. I like it.
Yeah.
All right.
I will I'll get into it right here. So this is the part I've got so far. I'll play the forward of it. It's only a few seconds.
Just about every alphabet agency there is. And I'll just tell you this, if they would release the things that I've seen, you would stay up, you'd be up at night worrying about or thinking about this stuff. We just need to disclose it all. I'm sick of it.
Okay, so right there, that's what I've got so far. And the first thing he says is, "Great the darkness now. All this sucks and it eats at you."
Great. It's my honest. We just need to disclose it all. I'm sick of it.
I'll do that again a little slower.
Great. It's my honest.
He says, "Great the darkness now. All this sucks and it eats at you." I said inside my head, "Look, I'm a hero, and I'm devalued completely by next week."
I'm a hero.
Right? I'm a hero, and then
And
that I'm devalued completely by next week. He says, "Yes, lie must never."
Yes, Father Smith.
And then he says, sailor who have it, say it ain't the answer.
Sailor who have it, say it, yes.
And I'm not sure if it's sailor or something else there, but he says, whoever has it says it ain't the answer. And he says, not me. They say I'm a liar, but it's the opposite.
My man, Sayer, this has got a fire, man. I was just.
So maybe it's Sayer is the guy's name. I'm not sure. He says, I'm a liar, but quite opposite. So, you know, there's two denials of lying in there, right? There's two times he's saying I must never lie, right? Or lie must never. And then he says, they say I'm a liar, but quite the opposite. So, you know, he obviously believes he's telling the truth here.
You know what though? When I was listening to it back, I hadn't heard it backwards like that before, and it occurred to me when I was listening to that he's not talking about aliens. He's talking about the Epstein files. He's talking about disclosure about what's really going on. That's what he's talking about. I mean, when you look at it that context, yeah, that makes perfect sense, doesn't it? I don't know. It does.
I don't know. He mentioned this. I don't know if it's a sailor or sayer or something.
If it's like sailors can have underage girls overseas on Liberty ports and stuff like that, right? I mean that's kind of like that's the impression I got. Like he was talking about like this is something people who have that kind of access, you know, because they travel and stuff around the world, but laws are less stringent, can have access to. And he's implying that. And then you look at it in that way, it's like, well, wait a minute, dude. He's like he's not talking about aliens at all. He's talking about disclosing this. Well, that might be what it is. That might be what it is. And now I have to listen back and what he said because maybe he wasn't talking about aliens at all.
Well, I mean, I'll have to dig a little more into it. You know, it's unfortunately, like, you know, everything's on the one computer. So
yeah, I know. I hear you, man. It's so hard. And there's so much stuff going on right now. Like the flood the zone thing that Steve Bannon started is so prevalent in like the mainstay of media saturation now that you just have to pick and choose, you know. And like I would have missed this guy if not people calling him a liar, because that's what it was. That's how I found out about him, was they thought he was a liar. But they're talking about, you know, alien disclosure. But when I listen to it, we just play it back, I don't think it's talking about alien disclosure. I think it's talking, excuse me, about disclosure about this kind of thing. That makes the sailor thing make even more sense, right? The person could travel around, not be exposed to the laws you would have here in the States and others, more civilized countries. Yeah,
I would guess that that's a possibility. You know,
it kind of makes sense. Yeah,
and you know, he obviously has some kind of conscience about this because he says, "Great the darkness now. All this sucks and it eats at you." So I mean, he's obviously got something that's like weighing on him heavy too, right?
Yeah.
You know,
had you not played it backwards, I would never thought of it that way. Like I just, I was throwing the context headline, this guy's lying about aliens or whatever, right? But when you listen to it that way, it's like, well, wait a minute, he's not talking about aliens, is he? Maybe not, you know, maybe he's not. And if that's the case, then it's like, well, that makes a lot of sense, actually, right? It does. Like it weighs on you, right? It weighs on you. You can't. How can you keep this up? You know. At a certain point, what are you doing it for, right? At a certain point, who you're protecting? It's not you. It's not your constituents. It's not what you got elected to office for. What are you doing it for? You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I can totally see that. I can see it for aliens though too. Like I can. Like if it's just, you know, you're trying to protect people from knowing about the truth, if that's the case, and he really believes that, then well, as aliens, like I said, extra dimensional beings, like we discussed in the second hour start, then that's pretty heavy
that would
too.
weigh heavy on you too, right? And
yeah. So that's what I mean.
That
would
be,
too.
You know, the quote unquote darkness. You know, so
yeah. But it doesn't tie into the sailor. You see what I'm saying? Like so the sailor thing kind of keyed me into the Epstein thing because it's like, well, wait a minute, you know, that ties into that actually. You know, that would make congruent kind of sense. Where the other way, I don't know what. Yeah.
Basket Case says you're a quick reversal talent.
Yeah, I see.
He's good. He's good. Yeah. Thanks, Basket Case. Yeah, for on behalf of Rio. Yeah, we agree. He's good at this. Yeah.
Oh shit, man. Ruggeria.
Yeah.
What else you got rolling over there?
Well, that's the clip I got so far.
All
right. He's pretty clear, so I mean, we could risk the organic Sharpton if you want to.
You could, or you could just go grab. You just go grab that Carville thing that I had before.
Okay. Did you drop that in here somewhere?
No. Just I don't have it anymore.
Oh. Did you drop it in the chat with me earlier?
No. All you got to do is just type in Carville, Trump today. It'll come up from today.
Okay.
It's recent. What's going on, Martin? It's good to see Martin over there. Survivor. What's up, Kent?
Is it Carville like?
Yeah.
Carville?
Yeah. It's not one L. It's not Carville, but I guess you know.
Well, like like the village, like Villa, Carvilla.
Thanks. Yeah, it's 717-417-8284.
Now I can't do reverse when there's people on the phone, but
is there anybody on the phone?
Call in now, and then when once I find what we're looking for.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm giving people a chance to call in while you're looking for that situation over there with Carville, or either that or I can type it in.
It was a message to Trump. Is that what you're looking for?
No, it's you have no idea what's coming.
Was he wearing black or was he wearing white when you saw that?
Tan, white. He's got a hat on.
He's got a hat on.
Yeah.
But did he have a white jacket or did he have a black shirt?
No, he was wearing a black shirt.
Black shirt?
No, I saw that one earlier. No, that's not it.
Okay.
He's got like a weird hat.
White and blue jacket?
Something. It's light colored.
Okay. I think I got it.
Hell yeah, Martin's been in remission for 2 years.
Nice.
Yeah. Hey, from the Gamma 1 LP. This one's for you, Martin. Yo, Kent, thanks, man. Damn. Listen to that kick snare, man.
Wake up in the morning, wonder why I'm feeling so down. Is it any wonder when all I get is pushed around? There's talk around town, you made up your mind, you really wanna let me go. But if you think it's that easy, you better think twice, 'cause I got something you ought to know. It's gonna be a fight to the finish. It's gonna be you or it's gonna be me. A fight to the finish. That's the only way it's gonna be. Working hard every day, trying to steal the race. Every time I turn around, someone tries to take my place. There's talk around town that you made up your mind. You're really gonna let me go.
Damn, that was a good LP. That was a good period of time when this shit was coming out.
I know I've heard the song before, but I can't place it. Is it Foreigner or Paul Rogers? It's
No,
Foreigner,
it's
right?
Gamma, man. It's Ronnie Mantra.
Gamma?
Yeah, it's Ronnie Mantra.
What the hell? Sounds just like either one. That's why I couldn't place it as either one, because it's not either one. Yeah.
Nah. Those are good albums. Gamma 1, Gamma 2.
You see where I'm coming from? It sounds just like either Foreigner or Paul Rogers, one of his bands at the time, that kind of style.
Here's
But,
Montrose.
yeah, it's good.
Ronnie Montrose got all progressive after a while. He teamed up with this dude called Mitchell Froome.
Jimmy, we have a caller.
Oh, it's Bruce.
No, well, not Bruce. On the phone line, we have a caller.
Add Bruce to the call.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I've been hanging back, you guys, drafting.
See, I knew you were going to be back. I knew you were chomping at the bit to that new phone number.
Yeah, I've been drafting. I've been listening. A lot of good callers you had.
Yeah, man.
Really good callers.
Yeah, great callers. So hopefully you'll be in that
Yeah.
same group. Hopefully
Yeah.
you can measure up to all the great callers. I'm
Oh,
teasing.
yeah, well, I can take you to the top of the mountain.
All right,
That's
take us-
really what's probably killed me off, is I've got these like 15 big revelations of how the world actually works and who's in control. And I mean, think about it, you guys. Think about how this world is set up and how it's run. I mean, this is a hell of a way of running a world. I mean, think about the 800,000 children that go missing every year in the United States, and nobody says anything about it. Think of all the money that's disappeared, where Kathleen Austin Fitz basically says that the only way you can wash, she's had numbers from 50 trillion to 120 trillion been gone missing, is you got these deep underground bases in these cities. And so once you start to take a look at just like everything that's going on, like even the Iranian war, I mean, really in a large part, it was triggered by the Epstein stuff.
Originally,
Epstein stuff.
hijacker, hang on a second. Originally,
Hey, I'm back.
last year, hang on a second.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, hang on a second. Originally, when the first thing happened last June, there was rumors that Iran had hacked the Mossad and got a bunch of Epstein stuff, and that they were going to release it. And that's when that whole first operation happened. So you may very well be correct, Amundo, hijacker.
But it's something larger than that, and it's something that everybody's starting to wake up to because of the internet now. I mean, unbelievable. It used to be really hardcore censorship. It didn't matter which platform, but they've loosened it up. But what's happened now is the whole world is waking up to there are people among us that are they're not Mamayans. There's like 4 different types of people on this earth, and the people that are in control, they've got no empathy.
It's like they live.
They are not what.
No, it's they live, dude, right?
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah, that's literally a documentary. Yeah,
Rowdy Piper.
And then not only that, because it says, like in the Book of Revelation, which you know that I believe that happened a couple of 1,000 years ago or 1,000 years ago, and that Christ did come back and built out this infrastructure. But be that it may, it says that the dragon took 1/3 of the stars with him, and in Enoch, the stars were they were the sons of God, so they were swept down. Well, what does it say? That Satan was cast into the pit for 1,000 years until after the 1,000-year reign. But also, the third of the angels, in some place in the Bible, it says 10,000 times 10,000. It comes up to 100 million. So that would be 33 million. So we literally could have not only 33 million of these fallen ones actually now getting a chance to incarnate into flesh or walking among us, But then we got their hybrid children, the people of the serpent seed line that they had children with. And that's to most of the people that we see. We can see the shape-shifting qualities, the eyes. You can just turn the TV set on. If you know what to look for, you go, wow. And then you get the third group of people, which I think that's what we're all in, or yeah, that's on the line. And I'm actually starting to believe now that we're, when Christ came, from the flood to Christ, with like 4,000 some odd years. Anyway, somebody added it up. Wait a minute. That means there was anywhere from 20 billion to 55 billion people already born at the time that Christ came. Well, what about them? Don't they get a chance? And I think that's what we are. We are the ones from, it says the dead will not live again until after the 1,000 years, and I think we're it. I think we're out of Sheol.
Where do all the souls come from? The extra ones.
Right. I just want to point out one particular thing. Like, so the third of angels that fell is not from the Bible. That's from John Milton's Paradise Lost. So it's properly quoted, but that's not from the Bible.
Well, isn't the
third of the world's population be destroyed, right? But that's not.
The dragon fell and it took a third of the stars with him, and the stars in the Book of Enoch are considered a class of type of angelic beings.
You better watch out. The Enoch thing is epic. Journeyman's writing a book about it, literally.
Yeah, literally. Sorry, but yeah, no, that thing. I mean, I can agree with you on a part of it. Like, you can interpret it kind of that way, but that's not where it came from. Like, the source material on that is Milton's Paradise Lost, and I think Bruce can probably back me up on this one.
When I take a look,
that's from that.
Right. When I take a look on who's running this world, and I see all the various anomalies with it, because I watch a lot of media, and I see what they do. I mean, how can you account for? Give me any human being that could drop 2,000-pound bombs on 10 cities like they're in Gaza, or burying whole apartment buildings. They're carpet bombs now in Iran. Who can do that? Who has the capability to do bury whole families alive? Who can do that?
Then who can do that and then say we're the hottest country, everybody's watching, you know? Who could do that? You know?
Yeah, you're right. Say that we're going to bomb. There's people belong to be bombed back to the Stone Age.
Exactly.
Wait a minute. 4 weeks ago we were going to save them. Now we're going to bomb back to the Stone. I mean, it's just savagery. So
he said the war was over 14 times.
Everybody's waking up. That's the thing that they really are, and this is why I called in. This is what I'm worried about now. Is that they are all in now. Now I'm worrying about a really big false flag. Probably in the capital city.
Listen,
could be the Pentagon,
they don't need a false flag.
Get a grip, will you, Jacker?
Listen.
Brace up, buddy.
Listen, they don't need a false flag, dude. Look, it's a critical path. The Democrats have been fucking around with this fucking global warming shit for how long now? They haven't done shit. Trump moved the ball, man. Oil's going to be $200 a barrel, and we're going to have the same fucking result, whether it's global warming or $200 a barrel. Period.
Well, let me ask you this, Jimmy. What was the whole point of the jabbity jab? What was that whole point? It was depopulation.
Yeah, it's
They want a world war. They want a Great Depression. They want a depopulation. I'm telling you, the people that are running this world are not what you think they are. Like you say, it's they live.
It is. They live. 100%.
Yeah, now I'm thinking that what they're going to go, if they're going to go all out and they're going to try to turn this into a really big world war, they've got to move the capital. And the only way they can do that is saying, look, we can't defend it. So your idea about the Iranians parking a container and releasing pre-programmed drones to basically attack D.C., my hometown, that's quite possible. And then they're going to move back to either Boulder or Denver, where they say they already got a built-out government installations and everything, so that Congress, the presidency, the Pentagon could all move to the center of the country, and then away we go. And I think that's the path we're on.
Well, the thing is, man, is the way things are set up, most of what's going to happen to people is just going to happen from day to day, having to survive in the world, you know. People are going to be so fucked up around the cost of living that they're going to be too worried about that to be worried about going out and protesting and getting upset about whatever it is. You know, people are just going to lay down, man, because people are tired.
Well, some will. Yeah, this is the harvesting. That's what I think that's what I think this little season of Satan is about. And I actually believe in reoccurrent life. I think after your life, you get judged, and then it's determined whether you got to come back and do it again, and then you get certain handicaps or born a certain way, or dharma or karma, whatever, which accounts for the unfairness of life. In fact, I actually got this with these revelations. It's like a magical key now. It's like I can frickin' unlock almost anything now. You can almost hit me with anything, and it's this magic revelation key. I can turn it. I says, "Oh, that's it. Of course, that's it. Of course, that's it."
Yeah.
Of course, I'm a heretic now because I believe in reoccurrence, which Christians are not supposed to believe in. But I think there was a person did live once, then came judgment. And I
They
think
were there. They were there originally, Jacker. The reincarnation teachings Christ gave were taken out at the Council of Nicaea, according to the Martinist initiatory material.
I believe it. I believe it. He even says, like John the Baptist, they're talking to him. They said, "Well, who's John the Baptist?" And he says, "Well, he's Elijah." And they says, "Well,
yeah.
John the Baptist." Yeah, John the Baptist didn't say that. And then Jesus says, "I tell you plainly, he was Elijah. He was the one to come to set back straight." Because he was the greatest prophet and didn't even know he was a prophet because he got a memory wipe, that's one thing. But the actual Son of God says, no, he was Elijah. There's your reincarnation right there. Absolutely.
I got to interject right now because I have a personal experience with this. So I'm lucky enough to get to see the Israeli tour of the River Jordan and the Jordanian tour from the River Jordan. And the interesting thing is on the Jordanian side, on that tour, going to the River Jordan, which is kind of like a creek now. It's not really a river, right? But it's kind of like a creek. But the river moves, because it moves over time a lot. There's one spot where it's the spot where, according to the Jordanian interpretation of it, which has come from the Bible, from the Aramaic, because the village where Aramaic still exists as a language, which the Bible, the New Testament was originally written in, is there in Jordan. It's right. It's a couple miles away, right? And there's a spot on the River Jordan. There's a spot, right? This turn in the river where it goes into a little estuary where there's like a pond. There's like a little lake, and they say, the Jordanians do, mind you, it's Jordan, but they say that this is where Jesus not only anointed John the Baptist, right, and where he came back after he was resurrected and was transfigured from, but it's also the exact same spot where Elijah left to heaven, right, from. And we're talking about the people who've never known death, right? Enoch, Elijah, all these people were lifted from the earth, right? Is this exact spot. The spot of this transfiguration of Christ on the River Jordan is this exact spot. One place where all this happened. And if you look at it that way, why did we miss this? Why it's not taught in Sunday school or something? Well, how are we missing this? Like, that's important, right? It's a place. It's a specific coordinate on the earth that all these things happen from. The transfigured Christ was left to earth from there, right? The apostles in Acts got the Holy Spirit there. John was baptized.
What about the Tartarian Empire? What about the mud flood? What about these massive lies they've covered up? I believe that the great terrible day of the Lord happened, 70 AD, that the earth was more shaped like Pangea, where the whole earth was like a clump all together.
Well, as far as you know,
terrible day,
as far as you know,
spread it out.
As
Hey,
far as
Jack.
you know,
it's
the Bible didn't exist before the 1800s when they just wrote that Bible, and the Bibles existed from that point forward, and there never was a Bible from that point before that. If you believe that everything's a fucking lie, and you think the whole history is a lie and it was retaught in the 1800s and forward, then the same thing would apply to the Bible itself. That there was no Bible before the 1800s. What about that?
Well, I don't know about that. But
Well,
I mean,
you don't
got
know
all these
about that, but
secret
it's just
societies.
but it's just as possible
what-
if you believe that they've gone back and rewritten history and retaught history through all these orphan trains and all this shit, then that the same thing would apply to any kind of other thing that happened before that. That it's all fake too, right?
Yeah,
Right,
it was
yeah,
all controlled
you're
by
right
memes,
about-
right?
We've got very little actual writing. I mean, we got the Dead Sea Scrolls before the 1500s. There's almost nothing. It's like 99% of everything that you got is since the 1500s.
Yeah, it's
So
300
you're right
missing
in that-
years.
in that sense.
There's 300 missing years in the Dark Ages, right? Like there's 300 missing years, maybe more, right? So we have missing centuries. We're not talking years. We're talking centuries here, right? That are completely missing historically. You know,
1,000 years.
Yeah,
What
so-
did they called it? The Dark Ages. That was
Yeah,
the age
so-
of the 1,000-year reign of Christ, where they built all these incredible buildings,
What
whole
about-
cities.
what-
You gotta
what do
look
you-
at some of these maps.
what do you
The
guys-
whole world was built down.
What do you guys think about the Ethiopian Bible?
I think it's more correct than what
As
we got.
opposed, yeah, right. As opposed to the
Yeah.
King James version. What do you think, Bruce? Ethiopian over King James.
Yeah, I really don't care, man. Probably the Ethiopian.
Yeah.
Well, are you thinking the same way? I mean, Bruce, I'm thinking you might be because when Graham Hancock did his investigations back in the day, right, and wrote his first books, right, they were based on what he found there, and then it coordinates or correlates rather with them, you know, in Qumran and finding the actual exact
I
text
think
in even better form.
I think
they had.
that when people stop treating God as a way of living and more like the New York Times Sunday crossword, you have a moral crisis in your society. I think it's all bunk. If people prayed, fasted, and lived well, we wouldn't be in this problem. Instead, everybody wants to be a fucking rabbi and debate. Yeah, it's basically the rabbinical tradition. I know you don't. We've all become Pharisees now, not just Jews,
that's right.
the worst kind of Jews. No offense,
You're
Jack.
absolutely right. No, that's absolutely. I think that's absolutely correct. Because the thing is, what Jesus actually said was, and what Paul elaborated on later was, for those who don't know the word but do it out of the goodness of their heart, they don't need to be saved. Jesus said, "I'm a physician. I'm not coming for the people who are sick. I'm not coming for the people who are well. I'm coming for the people who are sick." Right?
Yeah.
And those two things tie together exactly. They're perfect. I mean, it's like, you don't need to go tell somebody the Amazon is living a perfect life, how to live a perfect life. They already know. Right?
Yeah.
You need to tell the people who aren't living it what they're missing out on because they've gone on some weird trek outside of it. And that's so apparent, like we're looking at the world today. You don't go bomb. Why are we bombing people somewhere? What's that about? I mean, it's a radical example, perhaps, but I'm just saying, like, there's no reason. The reason I'm bringing it up is because Hegseth is quoting the Bible as if this is justified by the Bible.
No,
which is the antithesis of
Well,
anything
I would
scriptural.
agree with Bruce. I would agree with Bruce that we're all rotten. That's what I can come to my conclusion that we are out of Sheol, and that's what we're here for. It's actually to get into somebody's heart, to make that heart connection with the Most High, the Father. That's what it's really all about. In fact, that's what all this trying and temptation, and that's why these people they're the ones that set up all the pornography and the vices, and then all the rest of us are down to being tempted by it. But the days ahead is really going to try everybody, and that's what this plane, his existence, is for. That's what I believe now.
Well, dude, it's like this, man. Life is suffering with fleeting moments of happiness to keep you going, and then you get your spiritual connections through the obstacles and times of trouble in your life.
Suffering Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
you know, if everything was good all the time, then when something was good, it wouldn't seem that good. You know, there has to be contrast. Wouldn't you agree, Bruce? You got to have
Yeah.
contrast in your life. You know,
Yeah.
and
yeah,
I think,
100%. Yeah.
all right, well, listen, Jacker, we can't take more than one call at a time.
Yeah, that's okay. All
So
right.
we
Yeah,
appreciate-
thanks you guys for taking my call.
Hey,
Yeah,
actually, Jacker, thanks for calling, man. I genuinely mean that.
We appreciate
Via
it.
con Dios, man. Via con
Yeah.
Dios.
Yeah, Bruce, you're beating us all, man, up on that mountain in the jungle. I think about you, and of course, I can tell I'm right.
I live with
Fucking
people
bad.
who've been living the same way for 10,000 years. They don't have money in crypto either.
Yeah. All right, take care, you guys. God bless. Bye.
All right, Jacker, thanks for calling. 717-417-8284 is the number to call. It's Ground Zero Plus. It's into the microcosm. I'm Jimmy. Bruce McDonald's here. Rock and Rio's here. Epic Journeyman's here. You're here. We're here for about 15 more minutes.
In the searchlight, you could see us as we circled around. Down below us, you were screaming, I could hear the sound. I could see your arms reaching up to me. Like a demon, feel the madness running through the crowd. We were freedom from the moment that we hit the ground. And the wild man, he laid the thunder down. Do you remember me? Like I remember you. In a sea of pain, you keep shining through. In the mist of time, I can see it now. All my life I will remember this. Under a raging moon. For this moment I was born for it. Under a raging moon.
Thank you, Kent.
Under a raging moon. We were
Thanks, Kent. Wow, thanks, man. We really appreciate it. All right, Rock and Rio.
Yes.
Did you get anything on this Carville?
Well, I have the video, but I couldn't do anything with it.
Did you try to reverse it?
No, I couldn't. We had a call.
Oh, you can't. Oh, when Hijacker's on here, you can't do it.
Yeah, when there's a call going, I can't do it because then the caller will hear it too. So,
I
Oh,
see.
yeah, good. Yeah, the way the setup is, yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's okay. I mean, you know,
We
good to
can
have
we
either.
can do Well, I mean, we only got 10 minutes left. We can do Carville for tomorrow night. So
Yeah, and I got a whole thing, and I put a thing together, but I knew I wasn't going to be able to bring it up tonight, just simply because there's so much going on.
yeah,
It's like a NASCAR race. The news is like.
I'm
It's like
telling
a
you.
beehive. It's like a beehive. Yeah. I mean, it's the buzz, right? Constantly. I just don't understand how we got to this place. I mean, I know physically how we got to this place. I can track it down, but I mean, just how we let it happen is beyond me. Like, why did we accept this lifestyle? Like, it blows my mind. We're stuck here, like in this place where it's this constant distraction, this constant chaos. There's no resolution to it. It's just constant. The chaos is the purpose. It's all the time, right? And you know what it's for, and that doesn't help you. It's still there, right? I mean, how we're living through a really interesting time, as the Chinese would say, which is a curse, right? Everybody should live in interesting times, right? Yeah, we're in it right now. I don't know. I don't see a quick way out of this at all. I mean,
There ain't no quick way out, man. The shit.
There's a very interesting inspection of, let's call it, street media for the last 30 years, non-normative voices. Now's a very interesting time to ask who was the most accurate. For my money, it was hands down Bill Cooper. He called it, he got all 26 letters of the alphabet right. Okay? He said that the book of Revelation was a plan and Israel was created to bring about Armageddon. And it's exactly what's happening. And I mean,
Yeah, it's not a
w-
prophecy; it's a business plan, right?
we were told in plain simple language. We were just told, and we're here now, and your highest chance of survival is your greatest distance from Rome, man. Rome is going to get destroyed, whatever Rome is now.
Yeah.
So do you think it's implying the hierarchy? Like, I mean, what I mean by that is, like, is there a hierarchy that we were impervious and immune to because we didn't know about it, and therefore innocent, and it can be used against us, right? And so the revelation of the method, or whatever to call it, people call it that. I don't think that's accurate, but something like that is that if we accept that, then we're entering into a hierarchy where we're subject to these rules, and we're subject to rules. It's like Picard. I'm using a Star Trek reference here, talking to Q at the time and saying, "We're pretty good. We can handle most things." And he introduces him to the Borg, right? Are we at that point? Yeah. Like, is that what's going on with humanity? Like, we're at a point where, like, oh, you think you're so good? You think you can handle everything? Not really. You really want to know what's going on? Okay, right? Is that what's happened to us? Is that why it's this way? Because now we're...
I don't think there's anything we're dealing with as a human race that is being hidden from us. I think the thing we're dealing with is the thing that controls us. It's not protecting us from some mysterious unknown thing. All of the puzzle pieces are coming together now. A lot of questions can be answered. Where's all this reversed alien technology? Why aren't we mopping the floor with Iran? Where's the DARPA tech? Everything's been a psyop since 1950, and if they really do have that technology, the reason they're not using it is that this war is just a pretext for depopulation.
Mm-hmm. That's what I mean. This is the most grotesque representation of a way to get rid of a bunch of people. In other words, if you blow shit up, shit gets rebuilt.
So do you think that this current administration will nuke Iran? I think they will.
I don't think we will, but I think Israel will.
Yeah, no, that's, I mean, this coalition, if you will, against Iran. Yeah, I think so. I think I think that's on the table, and that ties. And the reason is because we're talking about fulfilling scripture and things and prophecies, because it's sort of power play. Right, and I think because it ties into that, they're going to do it.
Putin said if anything like that happens, the first thing that's going to happen is they're going to nuke Israel.
Yeah,
and that ties into prophecy too, doesn't it? Yeah, it's so there, man. It is like we're setting the pieces. I don't want to say chess pieces. They're not chess pieces. We're just setting the pieces there. We're setting the facade in a schoolroom class of something you can build and knock down later.
Who knows? When you tie all these disparate narratives together, like the UFOs and everything, here's a curveball. Maybe there's a race of beings here presently in human form,
exactly,
which will thrive in a radioactive environment, and there are cases of this. There is some stuff that came out of Chernobyl that the world has not been told.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There are certain people on this planet, because of their genome or whatever, radiation is actually beneficial to them. They sort of light up. They become almost like human extraterrestrials.
Well, have you seen,
dude?
Have you seen all this material?
Well, I think I peaked Epic there. What's he got?
Yeah, no, sorry. You just peeked me on. You peeked me on Rasputin. He was in the area where the 1908 explosion happened. He was there when that stuff happened. So it was irradiated by the explosion, which either was nuclear or a comet happening. His magical powers were spawned by that. Right, this farmer out in the backwoods of Russia and Siberia that had this grip on Russian society and on the Romanovs. Did he get it from this? Like, this is what you're implying in a way, that there's this hyper energetic infusion that can happen for something like that. And if that's true, then that actually makes sense, doesn't it? Like that is a gateway portal to not the way we standard think of it, but a person who can be that beacon, if you will, to energize and use it to influence society that way.
So in
Wow,
the
that's,
1800s,
I'm sorry,
in the
you just made me think of
1800s
that time frame. That's important, actually.
In the 1800s, the radium was considered healthy. They had glasses that were made with it. Are you guys familiar with what I'm talking about? There's a whole thing where they say that fireplaces that what we think were where we started burning wood in these abandoned buildings, that these fireplaces, these ornate metal fireplaces that they had, they were there because they would have a chunk of radium in their house.
We don't really know what we are, man. I mean, I've done so much research in my life. There's so much going on this planet.
I know.
Even outside the DARPA stuff that's so mind-blowing. That there are entire communities of yogis in the Himalayas over 400 or 500 years old. This is documented. This isn't spiritual fiction.
No.
We don't even know what we are.
No.
Right? And we box ourselves into these cities and stay glued to a cell phone all day, and we think we're going to learn something, man.
Only until the cell phone turns off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gotta have the book smarts, man. You can't just have the cell phone. For some reason, the shit you read in an actual book stays in your head, and the stuff you read on the internet goes away. It disappears. Doesn't make the same impression. All right, listen, we got to go. Revolution Radio. We'll see you next week. It's Group Ground Zero Plus. We'll see you tomorrow, 8 o'clock Pacific. Epic Journeyman's here. There's Bruce McDonald. You can find him on Amazon. MacDonald.
Yeah, man. A lot of books now. Great books. Terrence McKenna, Bill Cooper, Jordan Maxwell. Cool.
Right on, man. Thanks for joining us, Bruce. Thanks.
Yeah.
Epic Journeyman, Rock and Rio. It's time to go, man.
Good night, everybody.
Night, everybody.
Trucking like the Doodah Man together, more or less in line. Just keep trucking on.
Arrows of neon and flashing marquees out on Main Street. Chicago, New York, Detroit, and it's all on the same street. A typical city involved in a typical daydream. Hang it up and see what tomorrow brings.
Dallas got a soft machine. Houston, too close to New Orleans. New York got the ways and means and just won't let you.
You're already